And good Saturday morning, everybody. Great to have you with us once again. As you can see, I'm here alone. Unfortunately, Shannon had to take the day off because he's got some family stuff. He's working out, and just if you could just send your thoughts and prayers to his way. Greatly appreciate that. Um, so let's see. Been a heck of a week. Start this morning. It's 32 degrees here. Okay, and it is snowing. We've got like 2 inches, probably more now, because it was 2 inches when I got up almost an hour and a half ago. 2 inches of snow, and it's like, come on already. We're into spring. We don't need any more snow. 32 degrees and snow. So I get to look forward to trying to shovel out my driveway later on. Yay me. So it's been like I said, a heck of a weekend. The last couple of days, both me and the missus have been kind of under the weather with some kind of a cough and respiratory thing. So we wound up in the emergency room yesterday for the day, pretty much. But it wasn't for me. We were checking on my wife just to make sure everything was okay and everything, and she is okay. Everything, all the tests and everything came out fine. So she's still got that cough. I can hear her upstairs coughing. So I'm trying to keep mine under control here, but there may come a time where I have to hit the mic button, the mute button, so I can have a coughing fit. So you'll have to excuse me if that happens. But this week, we're going to show hauls, 2 hauls that I got. And the first one was from the comic book show, the Little Giant comic show in Concord, New Hampshire, last Saturday, which is the reason we were not here hanging out with you folks again. But I met up with Triple P, Andrew, and he was wonderful, man. He helped me navigate through the vendors. He told me which ones I might like to check out and stuff like that. Even negotiated a deal on a couple of books for me. So I just wanted to I wanted to say. That's right. Thank you, Andrew. Thank you so much. It was a lot of fun spending the day with you there at the comic show. I really appreciate it, and I hope you had as much fun as I did. It was a wonderful time. Very, very busy. I'll tell you that. There was a lot of people there, and quite a number of vendors. And what I've got right now to show when we get to it, this is the first stack. The show that was from there, and from the comic show. And then I've got this bag of stuff right here that I got to go to one of my favorite antique shops on Route 1 in Wells, Maine. It's just a little bit north of us here in Funny Book Junction. So it's always a fun time to go in there because the place is it's basically just like a big warehouse, but they have, tables, long tables set up, and each one has like a different vendor and everything. And it is just tremendous. They cram every nook and cranny with stuff in there. There was stuff I never thought I'd ever see. And some of them will take you right back. I found there was one place that had one table that had old 45s, but they were still packaged in this package, and it was like from the 70s. And I remember seeing them packaged like that at one of the local department stores. And it just took me right back. I'm like, oh, I almost bought it. I may still go back and buy it just to have that, for that nostalgia feel. It was actually even the Partridge Family, which is on my Spotify. I think the song was "I Think I Love You" on one side. I don't know what was on the other one, and that was big when I was a kid, man. But I would love to get that and just hang it up here on one of my pegboard pegs here. That's just so cool. It was so cool to see that. But anyway, I've got a ton of books to show that I picked up from there. I hope you folks will enjoy. But first, we've got to get started here. Let's bring in the Peanut Gallery.
The Peanut Gallery's on the run. We got the comics, you bring the fun. Saturday morning, time to cheer. Man, we're glad you're here. North, south, east, and west, Peanut Gallery, you're the best. All our friends, both far and near, man, we're glad you're here.
All right, good morning to everybody in the Peanut Gallery. So glad you could join us here again. Hope your Saturday's going a lot better than mine, because we've got snow and I don't want it. Let's check out the Peanut Gallery. We've got, there he is, the Jackson Roykirk. He jumped in early last night, so I wanted to make sure to get him on here because he's been having trouble with his internet and everything. He says, hope to be there this week. So hopefully they took care of his internet and he'll be joining us here in the Peanut Gallery if he's not already here. So hopefully, and we know how we like to start each show. So let's do it. That's right. We started off with a comic book memory from the memory of Anthony Perdue. Hey, Anthony, how you doing this morning? Hope you're having a great weekend. He says, excuse me, good morning, Peanut Perkins Pierce. I mean, Peanut Pierce, he says. Because I keep making the mistake of calling him Anthony Perkins. I am so sorry. I'm glad you got a good sense of humor about it, Anthony. Thank you. He says, I mean Peanut Pierce. He says, school library schedule. That's the topic of today. And he says, in 7th grade, me and Ricky Castro, my homeroom classmate, had one. Every day after homeroom, we would each went to our next classroom. We would stop. I got to take these off because I can't read over them. We would stop at the school library. Cool beans. He says, we would get the newspaper and sit at the table while Ricky read aloud some of his favorite comic strips. Ricky didn't buy comic books, but he loved reading comic strips. Cool. He said he had a small collection of comic strips based on paperback books. Ricky was a cool guy, but he also had a weekend. He was also a weekend shoplifter at the local Kmart. Oh, no. Every other weekend he would go shoplifting at Kmart. Then at school he would sell some of his loot to the students and teachers who never knew where he got his merchandise. Oh my gosh. Enterprising little soul, huh? Oh my goodness. Anthony says, Ricky told me and 2 other guys that he did what he did and how he did it. As far as I know, he never got caught. He was still around in junior high and high school. He joined the Army after high school. And for that whole semester of 7th grade, when me and Ricky Castro had the same homeroom class, we also had a school library schedule. Great story again, Anthony. He says, Teddy thanks all of his friends for their prayers and well wishes. Awesome. Hope Teddy is doing well. He says, the vet says that Teddy is slowing down. Teddy and I will catch the replay. Take care, everyone. Yeah, I think a lot of us are slowing down, Anthony. So I know I am, and our two cats, they're 16, George and Domino. They're slowing down quite a bit too. So, but hopefully everything is going well with Teddy, and we wish you guys the best, man. So you take care, and we'll catch you on the rewind. Thank you so much, Anthony. And we got, oops, I'm early. Oh, we got to do this right. Come on. I'm still half asleep here. Here we go. That's right. It's time for Easy Comic Readers Comic Song of the Day. And this one here could very well be the ultimate anthem for us comic book collectors. I love it. I'm just hoping my throat can hold up. So I'm really looking forward to this one. So let's see. He says, "Good morning, everyone." He's waving and sending the sunshine. Off to work. He says, "But I hope you enjoy some Leonard Skinner, Simple Man." Now, I got to admit, I did not know Simple Man right off the bat, but then I went and listened to it, and I recognize that song, which happens to me a lot. I don't recognize the title of a song, but I do know the song. So, but anyway, so we're going to give it a good old college try here. So hopefully I can remember the tune. He said, all right. Oh, take your time. Don't buy too fast. Deals will come and they will pass. You'll find a title. No, I'm screwing this up royally. You'll find a title, yeah, and you'll find love. And don't forget, son, there's always some you shouldn't have. And be a simple comic fan. Oh, buy something you love and understand. Oh, I'm really butchering it. Baby, be a simple comic fan. Oh, won't you do this for me, son, if you can? I really butchered that. I am so off key with this. It ain't funny. Oh my gosh. But that was an awesome song. Easy. Thank you so much, man. I really appreciate it. As always, that's a classic. That could be the ultimate anthem for us comic collectors. Absolutely. So thank you so much, Mike. As always, appreciate it. And we will hopefully see you here in the chat. So, and then what's next? Whoops. There we go. What's next? Well, we know what's next. That's right. Hello, Maranya. Great to have you with us once again. It is she who rules us with the blue wrench, keeps me in line. I appreciate it every week. Thank you so much. And Maranya says, great story as always, Anthony. Absolutely. Thank you for the news about Teddy. Oh, yes, we want to make sure Teddy is having a good time. My prayers and thoughts go to you and Teddy, as do all of us. Thank you so much for that, Maranya. She also says, love the rendition, ECR. It is so true about us comic readers. Yes, sir. Dolly, June, and Amos Moses must be bopping along when you come up with these lyrics. Yeah, that's a good one. I mean, they're all good. They're all good. That one there, like I said, that could be our anthem, really. So it's awesome. Well, thank you again. And thank you, Maranya, for being here once again, keeping me in line and keeping things rolling. Greatly appreciated, as always. Hope you're having a great weekend start. and not having any snow like people here. So, all right, who else we got? We got I Am One of Us. Hey, man, how you doing? Great to have you with us once again. I Am One of Us. Hope all is going well in your world. He says, good morning, Rod and Shannon and all the peanuts, and good morning to you, sir. Thank you so much for spending your Saturday with us. And Miranda says, good morning to I Am One of Us. And we got Higgy Pop. There we go. He says, hey, guys, hello to the Peanut Gallery, and hello to you, Higmeister. How you doing today? Hope you and Hawk Dog and Hawk Woman are having a great weekend so far. Looking forward to watching some of your videos. I've got 2 of your videos I've got to watch, and I started to watch one of them last night, and I didn't get a chance to finish them. I think I went into a coughing fit, and that was kind of the end of that. But so I've got to catch up on a lot of people's videos, actually. Higgy is one of them. I got to catch up on some of Mike's. I got to catch up on, I think there was one from Captain Strangelife I got to check up on. I'm just so far behind. So, but I'm going to try. But Higgy, thank you so much, man, for hanging out with us as always. Great to see you in the Peanut Gallery, brother. He says, Ron, is it ever going to warm up? I don't think so. I really don't think so. I don't know, Higgy, if you're getting the snow we're getting, but we've already got like 2 inches up here, and I've had enough. I don't want to play no more. I hope you're having sunshine down there. And Scotty Z70, hey, Scotty, how you doing? He says, hey, y'all, what did I miss? Not much. Just the opening. That's it. And some bad vocals by yours truly. So, but glad to have you here, Scotty. Hope your Saturday's going well. And the Jackson Roarkirk is with us. All right. He says, good morning, folks. Hello. Jackson, so great to see you there, man. I hope they got your internet fixed. Hope that's an indication that they've got it fixed for you. So it's great to see you there. Thank you so much for hanging out with us, man. And I Am One of Us says, good morning to Maranya. And Maranya says, hey, Pop. There we go. How are you and Hawk Dog doing today? We want to know. And we got Michael Taylor. Hey, Michael, how you doing there? Great to have you with us. Thank you so much, as always. Nice to see you there in the Peanut Gallery. He says, hi, Rod. Glad to hear everything is okay with your wife. Yeah, she's all she's doing is just coughing a lot, just like yours truly. So, but we'll get over it. This too shall pass. This too shall pass. It just seems like it's just way too late in the season to be getting a cold or something like that, you know? So, but we're both doing fine. Thank you so much. And Maranya says, you didn't miss a thing, Scotty. There you go. And Tempest from Mars. Hey, Tempest, how you doing? Great to have you with us. He says, afternoon and best wishes to one and all. And same to you, my friend. Good afternoon. Hope everything's going well in your side of the world. Thank you so much for hanging out with us once again. Always great to see you. And I Am One of Us says, hi to Higgy Pop. Scotty says that he looks cold. It's freezing here, too. It almost dropped below 50 this morning at sunrise. Below 50. Oh, we dream of dropping just at 50, you know? Yeah, it's 32. It was 32 degrees exactly this morning when I hit the go button. And yes, it is cold. My hands are frozen. My nose is frozen. I got the ski cap going. You know, I got the couple of sweatshirts and hoodie going. So, yes, sir. It's chilly up here in Comic Book Junction. And Maranya says, hello to you too, Jackson. There we go. She also says hi to Michael and good morning from this side of the pond to TFM. Cool beans. Michael says, hi, fellow chatters. And Scotty says, they had Colt 45 in packages. It's not like wine, is it? Getting better with age? I have no idea where that's coming from. Colt 45? I'm not sure. Okie dokie. Michael says hi to Maranya. And Maranya says 39 degrees here. Oh, so you're dipping down almost as far as we are, huh? It's cold, man. It is cold, and I'm ready for some 70-degree temperatures. Let's go. Mother Nature, come on, you let me down. Maranya says, good morning to Rod, Shannon, the Peanut Gallery, the Nuts of the Day, the Foos, and the studio audience, and Maranya's legion of peanut pets. And I think that's a perfect opportunity to just play this. And there we go. Welcome to all our furry four-legged friends. Hope they're all doing well this morning. So let's have some more fun. Let's see who else is in the Peanut Gallery this morning. Well, we got Double M missing Mars. How you doing, Double M? He says, easy, Maranya, Higgy, Scotty, Jackson. I am one. Mr. Taylor, hello, comic peeps, and hello to you, sir. Hope all is going well for you this morning. I hope you're warmer than the rest of us, it seems like. So, except for Scotty, he's got 50-degree weather. So, he's all right. Scotty says, snow at 50 degrees? Yeah, it ain't 50 degrees up here, brother. No, sir. It is like 32 and cold. I can't. I don't know. Maybe it's time to move. Time to move down there with Easy Comic Reader there, sunny South Texas. There we go. Where it'd be nice and toasty, I bet, this morning. So, Rania says, hey there, Double M and Ludwig. And Scotty says, did JRK get jumper cables attached to his internet and get her cranked? We're hoping that it's fixed for him. So, because he was here. He's here. And Double M says, Anthony, good morning. And Scotty says, I figured the blue light specials would keep people from shoplifting at Kmart. Well played, sir. Well played. Michael Taylor says, I'm guessing Shannon's at work. No, unfortunately, Shannon had to bow out at the last minute. He's got some family stuff going on. And if you could send your thoughts and prayers his way, he would greatly appreciate it. So thank you very much for that. But that's what's going on. So unfortunately, you're stuck looking at my old face again for a couple hours. So hopefully we can entertain you. I can entertain you a little bit. So, and Lead Paint. Hey, Greg, how you doing? He says, good morning with a wave, and a wave right back to you, sir. Hope all is going well in your side of the world. Let's see here. We got Ranger Sly, our neighbor to the north. How you doing, Ranger? Great to have you with us, man. Always look forward to seeing you in the Peanut Gallery. Excuse me. Almost I was going to choke there. Sorry about that. Oh, great to have you with us, Ranger, and Lead Paint. And Michael Taylor says, wow, Rod, snow, a little unusual this time of year. It's been known to happen, though. Yeah, we've had snowstorms in April before, but it's just not something I want. I couldn't believe it when I got up this morning and looked out the bathroom window, and there's 2 inches on my back porch. I'm like, what? Who done? This has got to be a practical joke. But no, it's snow. It's snowing. I don't want no more. Dr. Von Chilla, hey, John, how you doing? Great to have you with us. One of the legends. I love it. Thank you so much, John. Howdy, y'all, and howdy to you. And Pauline, how's she doing today? We all want to know. Great to have you with us. Michael Taylor says, whoops, what did my thing go? There we go. It just kicked right off my screen. Michael Taylor says, hi, John. Good to see you. Yes, as always. And the Jackson Rourke says, I've said it before, I'll say it again. Easy is a genius. Yes, he is. Yes, he is. That was another wonderful rendition there. Very creative, man. He's awesome, awesome, awesome. And if you haven't, I can't believe anybody who doesn't watch our show hasn't seen Mike's show yet. But if you get a chance, if you haven't, man, you got to check out Easy Comic Readers channel and watch his variety show because, man, it is just thoroughly entertaining. All the way, man. All the way. So you are absolutely correct, Jackson. He is a genius. And Maranya says, good morning, Lead Paint, Ranger Sly, John, and Lady Pauline. Yes, yes, yes. And Dr. Monchilla says, hi, 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 Michael and Maranya, and all my little droogies, he says. All right. Scotty says, a coffin fit? Are you a vampire now? I might be. I don't know. I could use more blood. Scotty says, snow in April? Weird. Yeah, it is. But it does happen. It's not out of the realm of possibility. We know every spring up here that you usually get some kind of a weird snow squall or something like that. But, yeah, today's the day. Yay, me. Miranda says, supposedly we got snow on Easter Sunday when I was a kid in Maryland, Scotty. There you go. And Michael Taylor says, hope everything is good with you and your wife and Lady Pauline. There you go. Talking to Dr. Von Chilla. Cool beans. And Scotty says, we are still getting pollen snow. It's rough this year. Oh, well, that'll be coming our way, I'm sure, at some point here. And that'll really mess with my daughter and my wife, who both have issues with, what do they call it? Allergies. Thank you. So, the Jackson Rourke says, yes, Rod, I'm back online. All right. Yeah. You even get a bell. There we go. He says, I'm back online. Big time snafu. They were rerouting lines from one area to another, and mine simply got lost in the shuffle. One of those deals. I see. Man. Squeaky wheel gets the grease, right? You gotta call up and kind of yell at them saying, hey, you forgot about me. So, but we're glad to have you back, Jackson. Glad to see that you're back in business once again, my friend. Cool beans, cool beans. And Dr. Von Chilla says, Prince wrote a song called Sometimes It Snows in April. It's hard to believe, but that's going back nearly 40 years. Getting old, folks. I'm right there with you, brother. Right there with you. Feeling it every day. Excuse me. But I've never heard that song that I know of. So now I want to listen to that song. So I'm going to have to look that up on YouTube. I'm sure it's got to be on YouTube. So, cool beans. Thank you. Thank you. And Scotty says, I'm back. Midnight was knocking on the back door, wanting back in. Oh, yeah. Probably, cold for that for the little cat. Not used to sub 50 temperatures up there or down there, right? Ryan says, Eric is so mean to Coco Chanel. He calls her lump just because she takes a lot of horizontal life pauses every day. I love that. Horizontal life pauses. Oh, man, I could get used to those. Yes, sir. Well, I hope Coco's doing well. I think Eric's already fallen in love with Coco quite a ways here. So she's just a cutie. She is a cutie. He sent me a couple of pictures of. She's a cutie. So Michael Taylor says there's some 60-degree plus weather coming in New York this week in New York City. Pretty happy about that. Oh man, I'd be happy about that too. Right now, if we see 60, it's like Indian summer or whatever. It's like what did I say? I'm looking at my phone now, and I think we've got what was it? Four of the next 6 days has got clouds. 3 of those cloudy days have rain or some kind of precipitation, which could be more snow. And the other 2 days are partly cloudy, partly sunny, and only one day, I think, above 50. I think, if I remember correctly. So, yeah, it's getting rough here in New England in the springtime. And Michael Taylor says hi to Mars. And Dr. Von Chilla says he's he's smiling at Coco Chanel. Yeah. And Scotty says, I went to 3 honey spots on Thursday getting comics. Got 51 at Super Deals and about 5 dozen at Player's Choice and about a dozen at Stevens at the indoor flea market. Cool beans. Excuse me. I'm sure you're going to put those in some videos, right, Scotty? We got to get them on the videos. And one of us says, forecast says this Sunday in Chicago will be 85 degrees. What? 85 degrees, and it's 57 now. Wow. All right, I'm going to Chicago on tomorrow. 85 degrees. I could handle that. No problem. Oh, that would be nice and toasty. Michael Taylor says, I hope everything is going well with you and the family, Shannon. Very good. Thank you, Michael. And Higgy Pop says, hey, Maranya, Hawk Dog is doing just fine. Thanks. Cool beans. Good to hear. Mike Taylor says, congrats, Jackson. Scotty says, New York City. And Jason, hey, man, how you doing, Jason? Great to have you with us again, my friend. He says, good morning, Rod and Maranya, and good morning to you, sir. Hope all is well. I'm sure you are loving this white stuff on the ground that we found this morning just as much as I am up here, right? He says, did I miss how Rod's con went? No, not yet. I haven't even shown a book yet, but we're getting there. It's almost time. We got a big stack right there, ready to show. So just stick around. Jason's coming up shortly right here. So, hey, Maranya says, Rod's making me crave some paste picante sauce. Yeah, we need something hot, some chili, something. Need something hot to warm up our insides. Some hot cocoa, something. Michael Taylor says, Eric has a calico. They are beautiful looking cats. Absolutely. And the pictures he showed, beautiful. She's a cutie. She really is. They're all cute, though, aren't they? They're all cutie. I never once seen a cat and gone, ooh, that's a ugly cat. Ooh, or same thing with a dog. No, never. They're just, and the way we were brought up with animals, cats and dogs and guinea pigs and chipmunks, they were part of the family. They were a part of the family. They weren't a pet. They were part of the family. So yeah, it's just cool. I'm thrilled for Eric. I think he's gonna get a kick out of having that furry friend hanging around with him. I think he's really gonna enjoy that. He might pick up a couple more. I bet you. Ryan says, Jason, he should go into details in a bit. Yes. Here we go, because that's the pause line. She set me up perfectly. Thank you so much, Maranya. And let's get to it. So I went to that comic show last week. Got there early and stood out in the freezing wind. But it was worth it. And I just want to take a moment here to thank my wife, because my wife is such a great enabler. Because she came with me. Comics aren't her thing, but she wanted to come. She went with me last year, and we set up. We bring a folding chair and everything, and set her up with so she does a lot of crocheting. So she has a lot of crocheting projects. So she does that, and she for her it's a great day. She just sits there and crochets. She talks with the people who are running the con. They come over. They even gave her a free shirt and everything. So she was making friends right and left over there, But I just want to thank her for doing that, because it wouldn't be as much fun if I had to go and leave her home, it just wouldn't. We're at that point in our lives where we like to hang out together and stuff. So it's like, okay, let's we want to go, and she went. So I had a blast, and I got to meet Andrew there again, Triple P, which was awesome. Got to see him. Got to see another fella, Paul, who used to be part of the local comic store that I went to here. It was good to see him as well. So, all right, comics. What kind of comics did I get? Well, let's see. All right, for you, Maranya, starting right off with your boy, old Shellhead, because I need about, I think it was close to 20 Iron Men between 1 and 100. It's actually really between 23 and 100. So I was able to start making some inroads on those. So that's what I'm starting off with here. And the first one I got was number 47 with a cool, looks like Gil Kane cover. So we got picked that one up. Then we got number 85. 25-cent Bronze Age Beauty. And then we got number 86 with Blizzard. Yeah, that's what we got outside right now is a blizzard. Yay. There we go, number 97. And number 98 with Sunfire. I always liked Sunfire as a villain. And then when he first joined the new X-Men, didn't stick around long, but he was there at the beginning of the new X-Men. And then 119. There we go. Back in the USSR. So yeah, those right there, that made a nice little dent in some of the Iron Man that I need. I got a few more in the second, excuse me, in the second batch that I picked up at the store. Not the store, the Bomar Antiques. There we go. Got to wet the whistle. All right. Then I picked up this one here, World's Finest, number 182. There's a few of these that I need up around this numbering. So when I see one, I can pick one up. The 12 center. I think that almost looks like a Neil Adams cover too. I think it might be. So cool beans. And then I picked this baby up because it's a giant. This is, excuse me, this is Giant G62, also known as Superman's pal Jimmy Olsen, number 122. And it's a square bound beauty, 25 center. Love it, love it, love them. Always thrilled when I can pick up any of those giants from DC. Very cool. And then I found a couple more of these, so I'm closing in on this. I think I only need 2 more from this short series by Archie. And this is The Shadow, number 4. Oh, I can hear my poor wife. She is coughing up a storm up there. Oh. And then I picked up number 6. So I think I just need, number 3 and number 7, I think. And that'll finish off that one. So, and then this was strictly an impulse buy because I've seen a couple of people in other videos, and I'm sorry I can't remember where I saw them, but I have seen a couple of people show this book, and I just love the cover, and I had not had any of these in in my collection at all. So I was curious to know about the series and whatnot. It's a Dell comic, and it's Spaceman #2, and just a great cover. So this was strictly an impulse buy, seeing those and seeing the cover, and I wanted to learn more about this series. So I'm looking forward to reading this and finding out what's going on. So very cool indeed. And we're back to some DC. Picking up Adam Strange, trying to get as many Adam Strange appearances as I can in these. They're great reads, these Mystery in Space. So just simple, excuse me, just simple stories. I love them. Sci-fi at its best. Let's see. Number 63. Cool beans. And I also picked up number 81. So very cool. Always thrilled to get these Silver Age stories of both Adam Strange and in Tales of the Unexpected with Space Ranger. So, and continuing on with the Adam Strange theme in Adam Strange, it says Adam Strange Adventures, but it's really Strange Adventures, and it's 224. And Strange Adventures number 242. So very cool. Always thrilled to have those. And then hold on, I just gotta blow my nose. So pardon me. So cold, my nose is running. Let's see. All right, so now we're jumping over to the Marvel side of the tracks. And I've been picking up these when I come across them and can afford them. Number 23 of Captain Marvel. I believe this is also a Gil Kane cover. So just looks really cool. Always like these. I picked up I got the first run. This is like the second run, but they continued the numbering. So, and I mean, you can't go wrong with Gil Kane, right?
Gil Kane, the man, the myth, the legend. He drew the heroes we all know, and too soon he had to go. Now he's revered by any other name.
There we go. We had to get the Gil Kane alert. We got 2 Gil Kane spottings. So there we go. Number 23 of Captain Marvel. Cool beans. Enjoy that series. And then I picked up. I'm again making inroads into this series. I think I only need, I want to say 2 more. It's either 2 or 3. The Demon. Very cool Kirby series. From the Bronze Age, baby. Love the Demon. Love the Demon. Ugh. Love the Demon. Cool beans. So, all right, and then back to Marvel. Here's another series that I'm like a lot of them. I'm sure you heard me say this way too much, but this is a series that I'm trying to just fill in because I remember having most of these back when they first came off the rack, and unfortunately, they left. They went south to Florida with a friend of mine. So, but slowly but surely, we're picking them up. It's The Man Called Nova. We got number 17. Pretty neat. I think that is that Carmine Infantino. I think it is. I think that's a Carmine Infantino cover, and I think same here. And this is number 18. And can't have 17 and 18 without having 19, right? So there we go. Those three. Cool beans. And then we got some old school. This was another. I do have quite a few Blackhawks, but this one here was. I don't get too far back into it, but this one here had a really cool cover. I just really fell in love with this cover, and so I'm curious to see this. Read the story, "The Peril of the Plutonian Raider." I mean, it's just a neat looking cover. I don't know if it's the lighting here will do it justice, but it's a black cover and it's got multicolors right here. It's just wicked cool in my little head. So, so I had to pick that one up. That was pretty cool. And we got another giant. This one's an 80-page giant, issue number 10 of the 80-page giant series. Superboy. Was thrilled to get that one. Love picking these things up. They're just so great, man. And they hold such a nostalgic memory for me back in the day. It just used to be so cool when you get like Higgy calls them thickies. You get these giant square bounds, and as a kid, it felt like it was like this thick, So it was like, oh, look at all the stories I'm getting in here. Wow, it was just great, just a great feeling. So, and here is a series that I am one away now from closing out. Archie Adventure series, and it's the Adventures of the Jaguar. This is number 6, and I believe now all I need is number 9, and that will put that to bed. So I'm gonna hunt that one down. So it's very cool. And I've been trying to pick up these early Ghost Riders, whether they be in his own series, which is I'm trying to pick up just the 1 through 20 in his first series, because that's the logo that I really enjoyed, and so to me, that's what I remember seeing on the stand, and that's what I wanted to collect, the early Johnny Blaze and stuff. But I've also been picking them up when I can afford them. His Marvel Spotlight appearances. And here is number 8 with a nice red cover, man. So that was pretty cool. I was psyched to get that one. All right. And, oh, yeah. Ow. Here we go. We got some Thunder Agents. And here it's number 8. And these are square bounds. Beauties. Number 8. And here is number 12. I love this cover. It's a great cover, showing them all there. Here is number 17. And number 20. Nice white picture frame cover. And with this one here, that puts to bed my my Thunder Agents series. So now I have all of that original Thunder Agents series. Very cool. So thrilled to pick those up. All together, they were there. He had a bunch more, but those were the ones that I needed to complete the run. So I was psyched, man. I was like a kid in a candy store. I said yes, 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 yes. So, and speaking of the Thunder Agents, I also picked this up. It's a paperback of their adventures. So pretty cool. Just one of those odd novelty type, things that just go along with them. So that was pretty cool. I believe this is from the 60s somewhere. So, but yeah, I was psyched. I saw that and I was like, cool. I meant to go back. He had a Hulk one. I have most of the Hulk ones, but there was one that I didn't have, and I meant to go back. Andrew had showed it to me, and I forgot to go back and get it. So doggone it. So, and then to round it out was one of the main reasons that I was going to that show, and that is to get an autograph, a signature from Jim Steranko. For those of you, if you haven't had a chance to see Jim Steranko or interact with him or get his signature at a convention, that guy is phenomenal. I don't know how old he is, but he's got to be in his 80s, I think. And man, he is so energetic. You'd think he was in his 20s. He's always very engaging with the audience. He talks to not just the people he's signing for, but he'll talk and he'll make eye contact with everybody in line and be talking with them at the same time and everything. It's just a phenomenal experience, and he makes it really, really fun. And so I had the I think the last time we were together, I was trying to figure out what book I was going to get done. And I had a couple of books picked out. It was the Strange Tales, 166. I had a couple of Nick Fury, Agent of Shield. A couple of those picked out. But when all was said and done, I went with this one here, and it's X-Men number 50, and you can see his autograph signature right up there in green to match the cover. This is very cool. So I was very thrilled to meet him again and shake his hand and thank him for all he did in the industry. He was just an amazing man. He really is. I'd love to be able to sit down and just chat with him because he is fascinating to me. So there you go. That's that rounds out my Comic Con haul from last week. So hope you enjoyed those ones. Let's see here. Got to find my way. I know Miranya's got me set up right there. There we go. Thank you once again, Miranya. You don't know how much that saves me from looking even worse than I already do. Looking more stupid. So thank you. Thank you. Excuse me. All right. So let's see what folks are saying now. We got Scotty Z70. He says, yep, I did 2 live videos yesterday. Put the comics in my CLZ app. Claimed more last night on the Sandman pop up claim sale. Cool beans. Scotty's making out with the halls. Gotta love it. Gotta love it. It's always nice to pick up some new books, isn't it? It's always fun for us collectors. So, cool beans, Scotty. I got to check those videos out. Scotty says, paper addiction. It's real. Oh, I love it. Love it. Jason says, nope, I thought we were done with the snow. Yeah, I hear you, brother. Ah, man, not a fan. Not a fan of spring snow. So, Diabetic Superman. Hey, DS, how you doing? Thanks for hanging out with us once again, my friend. He says, good morning, everyone, and good morning to you, sir. Hope all is going well. And Jason says, Rod's wife is awesome. Tell her I said so. I will do that, Jason. She'll get a chuckle. She'll be thrilled. So I'll do that, my friend. Thank you so much. And Triple C, hey, Rob, how you doing? He says, good morning, everybody, and good morning to you, sir. Hope all is well with you this morning. I hope you're not looking out your window seeing snow like I am. So, and if you get a chance, everybody remember Triple C. He's on right after us. Probably he'll be on before we finish the way we've been going. So check him out at 12:45 today. He'll have his $3 auction today. See, I'm getting it right, Rob. I'm getting it right. $3 auction today. And I believe it's still free shipping. If not, Rob, let me know. But I believe it is still free shipping. And man, you can get some great deals on some great classic books, man. So definitely check him out. As always, every week we tell you, and I hope you guys do, because if you're looking to get some great books, he's got some. So definitely check him out. So you will not be disappointed. So cool beans. Great to have you with us, Rob. Mike Taylor says, very cool, Rod. Great that your wife figured out a fun way of enjoying the comic shows. Yeah, I mean, I really appreciate it. She's always been supportive of my hobby. She knew it long before we got married, so it wasn't any surprise or anything like that. But she's just been phenomenal, and I'm sure all of us guys can say the same things about our wives. But I genuinely feel she is the best wife ever. You know, so she's bought me comics before and stuff like that. It's just it's so cool when your spouse, who isn't really into your hobby or whatever, takes that time and that effort to really find something that you like, that she knows you're going to enjoy because of your collecting or whatever it is you collect. And that's what my wife does. She's wonderful. She really is. I call her the terrific Tamara. So, but yes, thank you, Michael. And I wholeheartedly agree. She is awesome. And I can't imagine life without her. So, thank you so much, Michael. Diabetic Superman says, hey, Rob. Higgy Pop says, terrific Tamara. Set up at the crocheting booth at the con. That's right, Higgy. You're right. That's where she was. I got a short piece of video I'm going to put together, and I may do another stream later on this weekend to do some different things. But yeah, she was in her element, man. She is such a social butterfly. She can make friends with anybody, you know, and she is just awesome. She's got people coming over. She made friends with the cop that was standing there, you know, and stuff. And like I said, the people running the con would come over and talk with her and everything, wanting to know what are you doing, you know, and stuff like that. And she was like in heaven, and it was good, because I really didn't want her to be sitting. I wouldn't have enjoyed the place at all if I knew she was not having fun, and she did. She was having a ball. So you're right, Higgy. Scotty says Iron Man 47. Nice. Dr. Monchilla says right out of the gate, Gil Kane lives. You got it, my friend. Maranya says, good morning, DS and Shadow and Triple C. And Higgy Pop says, that's awesome, Rod. Hawkwoman kept me company a couple of times while I wandered around at Comic-Con. Cool beans. Cool beans. That's awesome. 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 And Missing Mars says Spaceman comic. Wow. Yeah, that was just, I can't remember who. I wish I could to give them credit. There was two people that I saw had it, and it was just like, wow, I don't recall ever seeing that anywhere before. And it just looked so neat. And the fact that it was like from the 60s, uh, even made it more appealing to me because, I mean, I didn't get to see Dells or very many Gold Keys or Charltons or Harveys or anything other than DC and Marvel, pretty much, So it's always neat when you can find something like that that piques your interest, and that certainly did. And I'm looking forward to reading that because I want to find out. I don't know how many issues there are. I think it's a short series. I want to say it was like 4 issues, but I think I could be confusing it with something else. But I think I might try to pick up more of those issues because it looks really, especially if the covers are like that. I've got to look on Mike's Amazing World of Comics. That's my resource site. I'll go there, and because he's got covers of just about every comic ever published, I think. So I can look it up there and see what the covers look like. But if they're anything like that cover, they got to be awesome. So cool beans. Excuse me. Michael Taylor says fantastic Spaceman color and cover and colors. I agree, Michael. I wholeheartedly agree. Dr. Monchilla says Spaceman #2. Gasp. A blazer, blazer, blazer. Excuse me. Tearing up my throat. Excuse me. Sorry about that. But yes, sir, doctor. You got it. Jason says, am I getting it wrong? Were those the same cover with 2 different colored aliens? Which one was that? You'd have to refresh my memory. Jason, which one were you talking about? And Dr. Von Chilla says, Captain Marvel 23, Gil Kane at the peak of his powers. Yes, 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 yes. And Michael Taylor says, Rod, the Kane signal is in the sky. Yes, you called it, Michael. It was indeed. Higgy Pop says, awesome shadow books, Rod. Thank you so much, Higgy. Appreciate it, man. Yeah, that's just a quirky little series, isn't it? I mean, it's supposed to be the shadow, but in a superhero costume is just kind of weird. Funky take on it, I think. If it is supposed to be that character. Lamont Cranston. The shadow knows. Michael Taylor says, Rod, this is the best version of your Kane alert. Well, thank you, Michael. Appreciate that. I put a lot of thought into it and a lot of work. So I truly appreciate that more than you know, my friend. Thank you so much. I wanted to make it. There was so many, like you and Dr. Von Chilla, I know are big Gil Kane fans, as many of us are. And I wanted to kind of incorporate you guys as into that video a little bit. So you that's why you see the thing in the air, the sign in the air, and Gil Kane lives. That's a nod to you guys. So thank you so much. I appreciate that. The Jackson Roykirk says somewhere Graphic Man is feeling a disturbance in the force. Very true. Excuse me. Very true, Jackson. I hope he's doing well. I hope he's in the peanut gallery, and I just haven't gotten to him yet. So hopefully he's hanging out here with us. Dr. Von Chilla says, I agree, Michael. Absolutely. Thank you so much, Dr. Von Chilla. John, appreciate it. Higgy Pop says, Gil Kane alert. Yes, look out. Scotty says, the man called Chevy. Chevy Chase? Okay. I'm sorry, Scotty. Sometimes I'm not quite up to snuff. Michael Taylor says, very cool, Nova 18. Yeah, try to pick those up when I can. And Jason Nutter says, love Richard Rider Nova. Yeah, cool beans. And Scotty says, now is the 70s Nova the same Nova of the early 90s? They seem so different. I do not know because I did not pick up the Nova series in the 90s. I just remember that earlier one, which is why it holds so much nostalgic affinity from me. So I couldn't tell you, Scotty. Anybody knows Maranya or anybody? Um, Definitely help out with knowledge on that because I do not know. Dr. Von Chilla says, I don't collect action figures very much, but that demon figure will be mine, he says. My job here is done. Oh yeah, it's a great one. I mean this, how about Eclipso? Are you an Eclipso fan, John? We got Eclipso, complete with, don't forget, complete with the black diamond. Or maybe you'll be into, you want some Charlton? How about a little Captain Adam action? Any chance to sneak in a few action figures, I'll do it. I hope you get it, John. I know you will. Scotty says, I want the church lady figure instead. Okay. Excuse me. Okay, I didn't know there was a church lady figure, but it would not surprise me. And Lead Paint says, excellent Blackhawk. Thank you, Greg. Appreciate it. Yeah, that was strictly a cover buy because I just loved that cover. I fell in love with that cover, man. It was just like eye popping. It was like it probably didn't do it justice with the lighting here, but it was really cool, So thank you for that. Scotty says they have never made a Kryptonite Kid figure, have they? I couldn't even tell you because I've never, to my knowledge, I don't even know who the Kryptonite Kid is, so I couldn't tell you. Sorry, not much help to you this morning, Scotty. I'm sorry, man. But if anybody has any information that can help Scotty out, please pipe up. Fanboy Prime, hey, great to have you with us. Thank you so much for spending part of your Saturday with us. Appreciate it. Says, hey, everyone, and hey to you. Hope your Saturday's going well. Cool beans. Maranya says, hey there, fanboy. Fanboy says, hey to Maranya. I am one of us says, hi to Fanboy Prime. Scotty says, there's a Fanboy comic store in Wilmington, North Carolina. Cool beans. And Fanboy says, hello, I am one of us. He says, nice, in reply to Scotty. The Jackson Roykirk says, congrats on the Thunder Agents. Thank you, Jackson. Appreciate that, buddy. I was so thrilled to find those because I've been trying to close that out for a while now and just, I could have gone on eBay and bought them and stuff, but that's, I like the hunt, I like the hunt. Part of the hunt is to find those ones that you need to close things out. And I was just so thrilled that they had them all right there. Boom, boom, boom. So much fun. So thank you, Jackson. Michael Taylor says, congrats on completed Thunder Agents run, Rod. Thank you, Michael. Appreciate that. Scotty says, you know what they wear under their suits, don't you? Thunderwear. Okay. Oh. I never know where you're coming from, Scotty. You come from all different angles on things. I love it. Fanboy Prime says, I picked up a Challenges of the Unknown paperback the other day. Oh, cool beans. I've seen somebody had one of those. I've seen it somewhere. And I put that on my hit list as well. So cool beans on that. Nice score. And Tempest from Mars says, nice. I've been after that Thunder Agents paperback, Doc. There's a few other Thunder Agent ones as well. I can't find them over here, though. Oh, yeah. I've seen that one. I don't think I've seen any of the other ones yet. That I should have looked at that fella's booth because he had he had comics, right? But also on a pegboard, he had paperbacks and some other odds and ends like Big Little books and stuff like that were all they were just in like Mylar bags and whatnot. And he had a lot of paperbacks, and I didn't look through them all. There was so much to see there, and these days I don't move as fast as I used to in my youth. So, excuse me. So uh, I couldn't see everything. I was trying to see as much as I could, and I really wished I'd have gone back to that fella's booth and got that Hulk paperback, because I really would have liked to have that. But hey, you never know. And then he might have had some of those other Thunder ones, and if he did, I would have picked those up too had I seen them, because they were only. I think the average price on his stuff was like $5 for like that book, that paperback that I got was only $5, and that was pretty cool. So cool beans. Dr. Von Chilla says, I wasn't even a Ghost Rider fan, but I remember pulling that Blazer Spotlight #8 off the racks with the speed of a young cobra. I love it. I love it. Oh, I'm sorry. I got to blow my nose again. So pardon me. Okay. I'm sorry, guys. Just trying to get over this bug, whatever it is. So thanks for bearing with me. Moranya says, you know what happens when Thunder agents eat beans? Thunder boomers. And those aren't cool beans. Those are hot beans. Scotty says, wow, Polaris has green hair and skin. There you go. The Jackson Roykirk says, I'm not into slabbing, but I'd probably send that signed X-Men 50. That's a beauty. Thank you. I just can't do it. I can't do it. I've thought about it. Some of the books, especially those, my early Hulks, the 2 through 6, 2 through 6 or 2 through 5, 2 through 6. I think it's 2 through 6, and I've thought about slabbing them to protect them. I just can't do it. I would have comic separation anxiety, because I can't believe if they could do it right then. If I could bring it to a con or a store, and they could do it right then, grade it, put it in, and I could watch the whole thing and know that that's my book. Okay, that's my book, and it ain't leaving my sight. Then I'd do it, but I can't. I don't know how people do it. I admire them that can send books to be graded or whatever like that. But I could never do that. I'm not. Number one, I like to read them, so that's the biggest knock against. For me, against having them slabbed, but excuse me, but I couldn't do it. I just couldn't do it. It would drive me insane. I'd be thinking every second of the day, did it make it? Did it get ruined? Did somebody scoff it on me? I don't want to even think about it. So, but I appreciate the sentiment, Jackson. Thank you so much, man. It's a cool book. That's the third time I've had a book signed by Mr. Steranko, and it's been a joy every time. The only really I've got a couple other ones that I don't remember, but the only other ones that I do remember is the Neil Adams ones that I had signed. And that was, again, a great experience meeting my favorite artist. Incredible. So, but Steranko is like right there now. He's right there. He is just so much fun. Just to be in his presence. It was so much fun just to watch him, So thank you, Jackson. Lead Paint, Greg, he says, I'm not an autograph guy, but that's one I would get. Awesome, Rob. Well, thank you so much, Greg. Appreciate that. Yeah, I mean, I couldn't pass it up. That's the main reason I go to that con, aside from the fact that it's probably the closest one to me, which is probably more the reason. But I just I love seeing him is going to be fine. it's going to be a great experience. They had several other guys. They had Al Milgram. Jim Shooter was there. I got autographs by them last year, I believe, on a Treasury edition that they did together. Also, they had David Michelini, I think is how you say his name. He was there, but I didn't know. I couldn't tell you what he did for work. I think he did some Spider-Man. I'm not sure. But you could theoretically spend all your time in lines getting autographs. And I really just wanted to get Mr. Steranko's this year and spend more time going through the vendors, which thank you again to Andrew from Triple P to help me navigate through all those vendors, because there was some really wonderful people there that had some great deals on comics. So very cool. So thank you, Greg. Maranya says, Jackson, unless CGC is right there watching the signing, they will consider a signature a defect and lower the grade. I've heard it, and they did have somebody there that would verify it or something like that, but they wanted more money. And it's just like, I know he signed it. That's all that matters. That book ain't going anywhere. It's going to be in my collection until I'm in the ground. And then my kids can fight that battle on trying to prove that it was a real one. Unfortunately, they'll have to deal with that. But yeah, no, it's not going anywhere anytime soon. So I understand exactly what you're talking about. So Mike Thaler says Steranko is probably the greatest living comic creator that still does comic shows. Congrats on Steranko's signature and fantastic books, every one of them. Well, thank you so much, Michael. Appreciate that. It was a lot of fun. I really, really appreciate Andrew's help, and I just wish number one, I wish I had more energy. I wish I was healthier to be able to, but at the end of that, I was beat. My back was killing me. My knees were killing me. I just wish I would just give me youth for one day. Give me youth for one day and let me go to that Comic Con and walk around and really get into looking through the long boxes, because that's it's a lot of fun, and you never know what somebody's going to have. I didn't even get a chance to even start looking for any of my romance comics that I needed for my Go-Go Checks quest or my 100 DC 100 page spectacular ones. I didn't even get a chance to look for those because I was trying to find Journey into Mystery number 87, and I think that's the one I would need. And Strange Tales number 105. Those were the two I was looking for. Now somebody did have a 105, but they pulled it out, and then I looked at the price on the back. It was $850. And I'm like, yeah, no, that's not happening. So I thanked them. Very nice. Here you go. There's your book back. But I struck out the rest of the time with those, unfortunately. But I was able to pick up a ton of great stuff that I needed and wanted. So it just was a lot of fun. You guys all know. You guys have all been to the shows. You know how much fun it is to go there, and you come out with a bag of comics, and it's just like, oh, you're like a kid in a candy store again. Tons of fun. Thank you, Michael. I Am One of Us says, great haul, Rod. A lot of nice comics. Thank you very much. I Am One of Us. Appreciate that, my friend. It was a lot of fun, indeed. Maranya says, Bob Layton does a few comic shows and such overseas. Oh, cool beans. I think he was at the Boston Con that I went to back in 2017, but I didn't get a chance to get his autograph. I did get autographs on... I got an autograph from, I think, what was his name? Joe Jusko, I think is. He did awesome renditions of Marvel's corner boxes, He did them in like a poster size type of thing. It was incredible. Very cool stuff. Really, I picked up, obviously, I picked up a Hulk one of that and had him sign. So that was cool. And Sleepy Rita, hey, how you doing, Damien? Great to have you with us, man. He says, good morning, true believers. He got the sunshine over there. I hope it's nice and warm over where you are, because over here, Damien, I was telling him this morning, it's 32 degrees, and we've got 2 inches of snow on the ground, and it's springtime. What in the world is going on? Great to have you with us, Damien. Thanks so much, man. Dr. Montilla says, howdy to Damien. And the Jackson Roarkirk says, meh, Lady M, I just want it slabbed. Ha ha ha. And Maranya says, good morning, Damien and Millie. I was going to say Lily. And Mike Taylor says, I think Jambo's wife goes with him to comic shows. Oh, cool beans. That's great. That's awesome, man. If you could, like I said, it's so nice when your spouse or significant other, no other way to put it, but enables you, and helps you out with your hobby. That's just cool, man. That's love, man. Cool. The Jackson Roarkirk says Michael Taylor and Mrs. Jambo goes with him to keep him away from the Benny Page lookalikes. Oh no! Oh my gosh! Oh, I think Mrs. Jambo knows she's safe with Jambo. I think he'll be okay. Oh my gosh, that's funny. Oh, too funny, man. Jambo's awesome. If you get a chance and you haven't checked out his channel, get over there and check out Jambo's channel, because he's got some great Golden Age stuff. But he also buys silver and bronze, I believe. But man, I'm always fascinated by his Golden Age stuff that he has. Him and Night Tiger, those two are really phenomenal with their collection of Golden Age books and stuff. Awesome stuff. So definitely check him out. Jackson, I think you might get line of the day. Oh, too funny. Michael Taylor says, Jackson, I think you're onto something. And Jason, he says, you just showed 2 Adam Strange covers that look identical, except one had a green alien and one had a gray alien. Let me go back through here and see. Was it? Did I not? I probably didn't even pay attention. Oh, I see. Yeah. It looks very similar, doesn't it? I bet you that's probably the same story. It's just reprinted here. Yeah, it says it right on it. Duh. The weapon that swallowed men. Look at that. Good catch, Jason. Good catch, man. It shows you how out of it I am this morning. Very cool. You are correct, sir. Wow. I didn't notice that. I mean, granted, I've only had these books for a week, but I did not even notice that. Wow. Man, they really made that head big. The big gold block head. Oh, man. Cool beans. Thanks for pointing that out to me, Jason. Mi amigo. I appreciate that. Very cool. I didn't even notice that. Never even paid attention to that. Holy cow. Thank you, Jason. And let's see. Well, we got Sleepy Rita, and he says, hey, Dr. John, hi to Maranya. I'm just getting Millie her breakfast. She's going to eat well this morning. Yes, sir. And Jason says, from the bundle you got at the con. Gotcha, brother. Cool beans. That's cool. So cool. I didn't even notice that. Mike Taylor says, yeah, I think they changed Shadow's look after the 3rd issue. It's sacrilege to change certain characters' look, like Shadow and Spider-Man, to name a few. I find it hard-pressed to disagree with you, sir. I certainly the Shadow, I mean, he just doesn't lend himself to a superhero costume. You know what I mean? It just doesn't seem I don't know. Just seems kind of odd doing that. And I know a lot of people were not happy with Spider-Man when he back in what was it in the 80s when they swapped him over to the black costume, the symbiote costume. You know, I didn't really have that much of a problem with it at the time, but I if you ask me now, I would say yeah, he needs to be in his traditional red and blue. Excuse me. So that it's funny how time will change you, but yeah, I would say Spidey should be in his traditional red and blue nowadays. So Jason says yes, Scotty. Same Nova when he came back in the New Warriors comic. It was still Richard Rider. There you go. Thank you, Jason. Appreciate that nugget of knowledge right there. So there you go, Scotty. You got the answer to that question anyway. Cool beans. Thank you, Jason. The Jackson Roykirk says Eric Breen would know the Nova information. He's not here. I hope the lump didn't cause any problems this morning. Oh yeah, I hope not. I haven't. That's right. I haven't seen him here yet in the peanut gallery. So hopefully everything is going well. Keep our fingers crossed. Cool beans. Jason says yes. The Nova series that spun out of the New Warriors was also about Richard Rider. Cool beans. There you go. Thank you, Jason. And Maranya says, Jackson, no calling Coco Chanel lump. Michael Taylor says, I vaguely remember seeing Nova on the spinner rack. Yep. Used to be on the spinner rack back in the day, around here anyway. That's where I picked it up. And Maranya says there was a later Nova called Sam Alexander. I'm not familiar with that character. Although for some reason Sam Alexander sounds like Cannonball. What was Cannonball's name? Wasn't it Sam something? I'm probably totally just spaced out on it. So Jason says, true, Maranya, but he was in the early 2000s, I believe, when he was introduced in the 90s run. It is definitely Richard Rider. Cool beans. And Maranya says, correct, Jason. All righty. Diabetic Superman says, church lady figure, isn't that special? Well played, DS. Well played. Mike Taylor says, Scotty, good one. Scotty says, I'm back. What did I miss? Nothing. You'll have to go back and rewind. Jason says, New Warriors was one of the first 3 books I ever collected from the drugstore on Main Street. Carney Drug. I know. Carney Drug, brother. I remember it well. Carney Drug. And Dr. Von Chilla says, Diabetic Superman. He's laughing out loud at your comment, DS. Jason says, and my guess is Dr. Silveridge has read none of the New Warriors. I think I have some of the New Warriors, but I couldn't remember the stories. It's been so long. I guarantee you I probably read them when I got them and then bagged and boarded. So they probably have not seen the light of day out of whatever long box they're in right now for, what is it now? 4 decades? 3 decades? So you are probably right, Jason. Scotty says, oh, I see. Chevy. Oh, I got you now. Chevy Nova. See, I'm not a car guy, so I wouldn't have picked that one up. But, and I should have been because my dad was a mechanic all his life, but I didn't get that gene. So, Chevy Nova was older than me when I first read him. Then he showed up again in the 90s. It was younger than me. It was just weird to me, so I treated them like 2 different people. Chevy Nova. And Michael Taylor says, Maranya, good one as well. They make plastic, says Scotty, that are like slabs that you can reopen to read. I can't slab. It's like neutering the last stallion. Well, that's one way of putting it, I guess. But yeah, I'm just not I own exactly 1 slab, and that is a modern Hulk book, and that was just so I could see and intelligently talk about a slab. So I could feel it and look at it and see. So when people were talking about it, I would understand fully what they were talking about when it comes to the slabs and stuff like that. But that's it. That's the only thing I have that's slab. Jason says he's an awesome character, Scotty, even if he has been MIA lately. Missing in action. Scotty says, yeah, I enjoyed the college age Nova that I read in the 90s and the new Warriors. Oh, let's see. Jason says Ryder's last solo series was Sam Alexander by Abnett and Lanning is awesome too. And Scotty says, I read the new Kid Nova. Is he Richard Ryder's son? Maranya says, David Michelini, along with Bob Layton, did some amazing work on Iron Man, namely The Demon in the Bottle. Oh, yes. Andrew told me that. Yes, Andrew told me about he did the Demon in the Bottle one because I was asking him, what did he do? I didn't recognize I recognized the name, but I couldn't tell you what it was associated with. And he said, yeah, The Demon in the Bottle. I said, oh, okay. I could have brought that and had him sign that. But my mind was strictly on Steranko. So, cool beans. Thank you, Maranya. Mike Taylor says, I like the way they used to sign books, usually below the splash page. Yeah, right below the indicia there. Yeah. In fact, I think I asked one of the guys to do that last time. I can't remember. I was either that or I was going to, and I didn't. Maybe I didn't. Jason says, no, Sam was just a new character. He's okay. Decent story. Scotty says, I read an issue that seemed to allude to his dad being Nova and was lost in space or assumed dead. I can't recall the pages were so glossy it hurt my eyes to read them. Jason said, if I recall, yes, his dad was, but not Richard Ryder as his dad. And Scotty says, oh, gotcha. I guess I just assumed Nova was Rick Ryder. V. Jackson Roykirk says, it's all about Iron Man, isn't it, Merlin? With a wink. A wink and a nod. There you go. Hey, Double A, August Acidic. How you doing, man? Great to have you with us, sir. Hope your day is going well. He says, greetings, Rod and Lady M, and greetings to you, sir. Thank you so much for hanging out with the Peanut Gallery today. Jason says, can we get a petition going to bring back the new Warriors? Hey, you never know, it might work. Of course, they might be a little different than the ones that you grew up on. Brian says, that's the only stuff of his I can recall reading, Jackson. Marvel wasted him on writing some Venom stuff recently. I've never been a Venom fan, so I couldn't speak to anything to do with Venom other than he came from Spidey, the Spidey series at some point. Brian says, greetings, August. And Michael Taylor says, speaking of poster-sized comic covers, John knows a little something about making great poster-sized comic covers. Yes, sir, he does. Yes, he does indeed. If you guys have seen some of his videos where he's shown those covers, they are awesome. Awesome. I would love to be able to have the room in my house to have like a gallery of those. It'd be like Night Gallery, except it'd be comic book covers, type of thing. That would be so cool. And Scotty says, I'd be afraid that what they would do. Jason, didn't they try to make a ridiculous new Warriors right before the pandemic? I'm not sure. And right now we're going to show some more comics. Yeah. Cool beans. Thank you, Maranya, for putting that there. And I'm going to move these someplace safe. There we go. All right. And we'll put these up. So I got all kinds of stuff that I picked up in here. Let's see. This is, thank you for the pause line, Maranya, as always. Just some of the oddball stuff. I collect TV guides, mostly between 60 and 1980. 1960 and 1980. But when I come across something like this, I pick it up, even though it's later. This is from, I think, 1999. Yes, 1999, but it's a fall preview edition, and I always like to get the fall preview editions. They were always kind of special when they came out, so I picked that up. Just an oddball thing. Um, then it's too bad Eric wasn't here because he'd get a kick out of this. I found this there, and it's a DVD of the World Series 2004 between the Red Sox and the St. Louis Cardinals. I got to watch this with my grandfather, who finally got to see the Red Sox win a World Series. It was a lot of fun, and he's told me, Eric Breen, the professor, has told me about this before, and I thought I had one, but evidently I didn't, but I do now. So now I'll be able to watch that and enjoy those memories again. And I found this cool little thing I'd never seen before, and I do not collect this character as a rule, but this was just something unique and cool. Dennis the Menace, a Pocket Full of Fun, number 31. It's put out by Fawcett, it says, and it's like a little digest. It's digest form, you know? And I'd never seen one of these before. I've seen Dennis the Menace comics. You know, like I said, I never had it, was a collector of Dennis the Menace. But this was just too unique to pass up. So I'd never seen it before. And my philosophy is if I haven't seen it before, I want to have one, you know? So that was pretty cool. All right, now we get into some comics. All right, let me just get them out of this baggie here. Oh, one of my infinity gems fell down into the bag. So, all right. Okay, so let's see what we got here. We got Nuclear. I'm trying to pick up these. I don't think this was a long series by any stretch. It was a Dell series, but I don't think it had too many issues of it. But I'm trying to pick them up as I come across them. This is Nuclear. And I'm sorry, I did not. I literally have. That's the first time. This is the first time I've taken them out of the bag since we got back. Because after that, we both kind of got sick, so I have not had a chance to pull these out and see what number it is. Like, you know, with Dell, they don't put the numbers on the covers. So, but that was cool. Then we got. Looking to see. This is number. Looks like number 62 of Charlton's Frontier Marshal, Wyatt Earp. Pick those up when I come across them. Love the Westerns. And here's another series that I'm slowly making inroads in. And it's The Warlord, number 47. Here's another Warlord. This is number. What number is it? Number 61. And let's see. Picked up Justice League Quarterly, number 7, which I didn't remember having. I probably do, but I didn't recognize the cover. So I said, well, I bet I'd pick it up just in case. It was only a couple bucks. And then I picked up some more Warlords. This is number 64. And I can't see the number on this one. Number 62. Cry Wolf. And number 106. Pretty nice cover right there. And Shannon would be proud of me today. I picked up Commandy number 43. Not only is it a Commandy that I needed, but it's also Bicentennial edition. The Bicentennial, part of the Bicentennial group. So that was pretty cool. I was glad to come across that. And speaking of the Bicentennial thing, here's another one that I picked up. Richard Dragon, number 10, part of the Bicentennial. One of those subsets that we obsessive collectors, rabbit holes that we go down. Here's another Commandy. This is number 37. And we got GI Combat number 184. And then I picked up these because, they were relatively cheap and they look pretty cool. I'll probably wind up gifting these away. This is, I'm looking for a number, and I don't see any numbers on these. So I don't know. Again, I apologize for not having a chance to pull these out. But Looney Tunes is this one here. With old Bugs Bunny shining up Elmer's head. And this one here is Bugs driving him crazy with a little music. So pick those up. Something was just making noise here. Let's see here. And I picked up this 100-page super spectacular for 60 cents. It is Superman Family number 166. Gold beans, square bound, sweetness. Let's see. I picked up this Silver Age GI Combat number 112. I love the cover. And it's a haunted tank story. Very cool. That's a pretty cool cover. Haunted tank. Staying with a war theme. This is Men of War number 10. It's got some Dateline, Gravedigger story, and it's got an Enemy Ace, which I love Enemy Ace. So I'm trying to get all his appearances. So I can knock another one off that list. Now I picked up a bunch of these, which are really cool. I was so psyched when I came across these because you don't find these everywhere. That's quite a few of them. Wow. I probably got close to 10 of them here. Big Bang Comics. They were put out early 2000s, I think. This is Big Bang number 23. They were put out by Image, but they were cool because they had, excuse me, they had like a silver age, a golden age, a silver age, and a bronze age, and a modern age, and you could tell, like this one here looks like it should be a silver age book, and it's done in the silver age style. With the Sphinx. There's one that's got a logo that's very similar to the Justice League. And this is number 12, Big Bang Comics number 12. And it looks like it's kind of reminiscent of the JSA and JLA cover. This one here is like a golden age, like Action Comics or Detective Comics. This is number 22 of Big Bang Comics, but you can see the style is very much like those early Batman, so it's probably more like a detective style, and that's their version of Batman, which is the Night Watchman. So if you get a chance, these are very, very cool reads. Very good stories. Really cool artwork. Like this one here. This is like early, well, mid Kirby 60s stuff. This is number 34 of Big Bang Comics featuring Venus. And I mean, this is just done after Kirby. I mean, just look at that. That's a nice homage to the King. But they're just so cool. I was so psyched because you can't find these. At least I can't. I can't find them around here. Oh. So I was psyched to pick up a bunch of these that I needed to help fill in that run. But they're just wonderful stories done in the various different styles. Here is number 4 of Big Bang Comics. Again, this has a Golden Age kind of motif to it with all the heroes there. Just it's just neat. Just very, very cool. And of course, they got this is number 32, and of course they put on the go-go checks, I love it. That is just too cool. This one looks like it might be like a Silver Age motif. It's a top secret origins issue of Big Bang, number 19. Just fun reads. That's the best way I can put it. They're just a lot of fun. Don't take themselves too seriously. This one looks like something out of the late 70s, maybe. Dan Reed did the cover, but it looks very much like it might be a Neil Adams style. Big Bang Comics number 11. So I wholeheartedly endorse these. Look at this. Now, this is their answer to the 80-page giant of DC's. They call them 40-page Colossus. They put the go-go checks on this. It's a square bound. It's saddle stitch, but it's very thick. Is it square bound? No, it looks like it's saddle stitch. So, but and this is number 13 of Big Bang. 40-page Colossus on the Sphinx. Just very, very cool. Nice homage. Here's another Golden Age version, it looks like. I'm going to take this tape off here. There's a Golden Age motif, it looks like. This is number 3 of Big Bang. Might be like a little takeoff on early World's Finest because that's Ultraman, I believe. Or Ultimate Man, I'm sorry. Excuse me. And their version of Superman. And, of course, the Night Watchman, the version of Batman. And in the last one of that group, I got was Big Bang Comics. This is number 21. And this looks like maybe from the Golden Age. Issue number 21 featuring Shadow Lady. Just fun reads, I really, if you're looking for something different, little something different, but still in the vein of the Silver Age and Golden Age and Bronze, I highly recommend those. All right, and I picked up this issue here of Luke Cage Power Man number 28. And it is, I believe it might be a Gil Kane cover. I'm looking for a Gil Kane signature, but I believe that's Gil Kane. So, and I picked these early Luke Cage ones up, Bronze Age ones, when I get a chance and when I can afford them. This right here is an upgrade for me because mine is kind of well read. This is the Savage Samaritan number 72, and this is, I believe, the second part of an unofficial crossover, as they say, between this and Aquaman. I think it was Aquaman 50, but I'm not sure. Don't quote me. But it's one of those. It's one of those. It's either the first part of it or the second part of that unofficial kind of secret crossover between the two heroes' books. So very cool to get a upgrade on that. And I came across this right here. I do not know what number it is, but I know I do not have it. It's a Dick Giordano cover, and it's Kid Montana from Charlton Comics. Another Charlton Western. And Sergeant Fury and his Howling Commandos, King Size Special, number 5, all the way from 1969. 25-cent, square bound, beauty, right there. Very cool indeed. There was a guy there that had some early single digit Sergeant Furies. I almost pulled the trigger on it, but I was still looking for my big books, so I didn't want to spend too much money and not have the money for the big books if I come across them. Unfortunately, I never did come across any of the big books, but and I forgot to go back again to get those. There was like, I think, issue number 4, and I think issue number 3, but that would have been cool. I would have at least got number 4, but it'll have to wait for another time. Here's another Charlton. This is The Many Ghosts of Dr. Graves. I do not know the number of this one. I apologize. Pretty cool cover, though. Very neat. And sticking with Charlton, we got Space Adventures. This is the second run, I believe, of Space Adventures from the late 60s. And this is number 5, which I needed. Not in the best of conditions, but I needed a number 5, and all the other ones were in worse condition. So I picked this one up. I think I only need 1 or 2 of this series now to finish this off. So, and then we jump over to some adventures into the unknown. ACG, American Comics Group. This is number 171. The Giant Eye. And number 172. And this one right here is kind of cool because I don't think I never see anybody talking about this when they talk about the ACG heroes. Of course, everybody knows about Magic Man and Nemesis, but this one here doesn't get any love, it doesn't seem like. And it's John Force, Magic Agent. Only lasted 3 issues, and this is issue number 3. You got the eye patch going, so he's kind of like a Nick Fury super natural agent hero type of thing with magic. If I'm not mistaken, I think he had a magic coin. I think or something like that, if I remember correctly. It's been a while, but that's pretty cool. And it's relatively inexpensive. You can't, if you can find them, you don't see them too often. But I mean, you can pick them up on eBay. But that's a pretty neat little thing from ACG. So, then let's see, Adventures into the Unknown number 168. Looks like it's got a Western story in it. Supernatural Western. And then number Strange Suspense Stories, which I think this is the second run of this in the 60s. From the 60s, I should say, 1968. This is Strange Suspense Stories, number 4, with, I believe that's Jim Aparo. That should be, I believe that's a Jim Aparo cover right there. And then the last one I picked up from that place was this one here, early bronze. This is the earliest Iron Man that I needed, so this is cool. Glad to get this into the collection. So, and it is number 23 of old Shellhead right here. So really glad to get that. So I really made a headway with my Iron Man collection, missing pieces. So I'm psyched to get this one here from the late silver, early bronze. Cool beans. Oh, and the fella who had this, he says, check me out on eBay under 5 Harvey. So I'll have to check him out and see what he's got. So there we go. That was my my second haul in the past week. Excuse me for blowing my nose. But so I was really thrilled. I love going to that place. It's probably about a half hour or so, 45 minutes away from us. But it's a lot of fun. Even my wife enjoys going through there, and just seeing the antiques and knickknacks and bric-a-brac and all kinds of stuff that's there. And of course, I'm thrilled. I'm going through. I know where all the comics are located, but there's also vendors in there that have all kinds of toys and stuff like that, and very cool stuff indeed. So there we go. And that was the pod line right there. So thank you very much, Maranya, for keeping me in line once again. Appreciate it. And we got Scotty Z70 saying Night Tiger was on Metarog's Tuesday show. He had old stuff and did a giveaway to the first 2 people who to DM him in the IG. I was one of those people. Well, congratulations, Scotty. Cool beans. What did you get? What book did you get? We want to know. So that's very cool. Yeah, Night Tiger's he one of the more generous people. Absolutely. He gives away a lot. Very cool indeed. So hope you got something cool. You'll have to tell us what you got. Mike Taylor says, yes, good catch, Jason. And Sleepy Reader says, nice, Scotty. August Aesthetic says, as far as signatures, the only ones I have is on a 1960s Legion, but it is the signature of the previous owner. Do you have any signatures like that? I got way too many of those, August. Indeed, I do, my friend. Yes, sir. Sometimes they're autographed on the front. Sometimes they're autographed on the back. Sometimes they're autographed on the inside. But they all have distinct pedigrees, right? That's right. Scotty says, hey, Domina. Damien is trying to say. I was wondering, like, wait a minute, what is that? All right, he's saying hi to Damien. There you go. Hey, excuse me, as I choke again. Robert Harrison 2.0. Robert Harrison, how you doing? Another neighbor to the north. Hope you're doing well, my friend. He says, were there any Charlton, Dell, Gold Key, ACG comics at the con? Or all DC and Marvel? Well, as you just saw, Well, you just saw some of the other stuff, but at the con, that no, they had there was a lot of all those various types. It's just the stuff that I was looking for that at that point was Marvel and DC because they make up the bulk of my collection. But I did pick up some oddballs. You'd have to go back to see them because I moved them now. I put them over there. But in this last haul that you probably just watched me do, I got a lot of all of that stuff with the exception of Gold Key. I don't think I picked up any Gold Key, but ACG certainly, a couple of Dells and some Charltons, absolutely. So it's always fun when you pick those up. But at the con, I was more focused on some of the bigger collections that I wanted to try and fill in. So. And Scotty says, sorry, I constantly cut my fingernails, and that makes it easy to miss some keys on the freshly cut fingers. Totally understand, Scotty. We understand, my friend. Miranda says, hello to Robert. And Michael Till says, I'm not a fan of that black costume, but it would have been cooler to add white webbing into it. Yeah, that would have been cool. But I'd still at this point, back then, it didn't bother me. Oh, it's cool. He's in a new costume. Sleek, black. Oh, it was pretty cool. But now I'm old. And now I just want my 60s and 70s heroes. So Dr. Monchilla says, you're reading my mind, Michael. I'm just getting back to that activity, cleaning up half a dozen images for poster creation. Oh, cool beans. I still have a few posters from last year that I haven't shown yet. Oh, we can look forward to seeing those in a video soon, John. We want to see them. He says, howdy, Bob, says Dr. Monchilla to Robert Harrison. And Scotty says, speaking of Nova, I got this awesome Nova comic where he's teaming up with the She-Hulk, Thing, and Ant-Man, making the new Fantastic Four. Dun, dun, dun. That might be after I gave up collecting the Fantastic Four. I'm not sure. I don't recognize that. But that would be cool. And Robert Harrison says hi to Maranya. And Jason says, Sam Guthrie. Thank you. I knew it was Sam, but for some reason I couldn't come up with that last name. So thank you so much, Jason. Cool beans. Robert Harrison says, hi to Doc. Hey. And Michael Taylor says, looking forward to seeing them and more of your videos, John. As are we all. Definitely. Scotty says, my favorite new Warriors arc is the 3-issue one where history changed and the world is now Egyptian. Jason says, that's early in the run, Scotty. To this day, I read 1 through 25 and still find it brilliant, he says. Cool beans. And Michael Taylor says, classic car, Scotty. Scotty says, I love cars. I do Wheels Wednesday videos on my channel just so my channel won't be about cars every day. Don't forget to check out Scotty's channel. He's got a lot of good videos on there. And Robert Harrison says, I don't own any slab comics. I understand, and I can appreciate that. Like I said, I own exactly one, and that will probably be the only one I ever own unless, if I was gifted one or something like that. But even then, I'd want to probably break it free. Set it free, as we say. So it's just not a way that I feel comfortable collecting. I don't begrudge anybody who, if you want to collect slabs, go right ahead. It's just not the way that I prefer to do it. That's all there is. Different strokes for different folks, as we used to say. Dr. Monchilla says, 1973 Chevy Nova was my first car, and it was a dependable, never-failing beast. It was my 16th birthday present. Oh, cool. Thanks, Mom and Dad, he says. Oh, that's awesome, man. Great memory, man. Great memory there. Cool beans. My first car was a 1962 Ford Falcon. It was drab olive gray type of paint on it, and my dad he went and got a paint job done. It was fire engine red after that. Boy, it was a shot. I did not appreciate that car when I had it. But it was, I've never been that big of a car enthusiast. So I was just happy to have a means of transportation to go from point A to point B and go get my comics, you know? And I really would love to have that car now because that was a classic. Oh man, that was a sharp looking car, but I just didn't appreciate it then. So Mike Till says, "Oh, very cool, John." Scotty says, "Nice, Dr. Vonchilla. My aunt Tilda had one. Was your steering column on the left side of the car or on that other side?" And Jason says, "Yes, Scotty, I forgot to answer your question. Laugh out loud. They did do a New Warriors mini where a bunch of them were killed, but it was to set up a bigger story." Aha. And Jason also says, "I believe it was to set up the Civil War without double checking," he says. August says, "As far as Thunder Agents, I still have the paperback book of No Man that I got in the 1970s. I ordered that from Famous Monsters Mag. How is your Famous Monster collection, Rod?" I do not have a whole lot of Famous Monsters. I bet you I don't even have half a dozen of the Famous Monsters. But I do remember I picked some up here and there along the way, but my primary spending was on comics. But I did pick up some of those oddball magazines once in a while. So I do. The one I think I have it was one that I always loved whenever I saw it in the ads, in the back issue ads. And I believe I think it might be Monster World. I think it might be Monster World. But it was a picture of the reptile from that horror movie, The Reptile. So, I couldn't tell you for sure how many I have, but I don't have very many AA. It's one of my deficiencies in my collection. I'm sad to say. So, Maranya says there was supposed to be a new Warriors series, but it was scrapped for some reason. Scotty says, written and drawn by Dan Kibblesmith and Luciano Vecchio. The planned 6th volume of New Warriors was announced in March of 2020. Yep, I remember it seemed like a joke. And Dr. Vonchilla says, I only ever owned 8 slabs, and I've since sold them all. The last 2 I recently passed on to Luther Manning. Oh, cool beans. Luther Manning. Yeah. Awesome. Excuse me. Jason says, yeah, you're right, Maranya. I'm way off on my timing. And if you complete the full set of Infinity Gems, you win the universe, says Scotty. Well, I do have the other ones they behind me there, but I have this one up there too. But so cool beans. Michael Taylor says Eric is busy with the record store today. Otherwise, he would frown upon that Red Sox DVD, Rod. No, he's a Red Sox fan from way back. He moved, and when he moved, if I remember correctly, they moved closer to Cincinnati, and I think his dad was a Cincinnati fan. I'm not sure. I could be mixing that up, but he became a Cincinnati Red fan in that tragic year of 1975 that he remembers so well and likes to remind me about. Because that was still the greatest World Series ever played. And I will never be convinced otherwise. It was so important to me as a kid. And when we go out to play, I was every single Red Sox on that team. I'd go out there, I'd play right field, I'd be Dwight Evans. I'd play left field or center field. The center field I'd be Fred Lynn or Carl Yastrzemski, or in left field, it'd be Yaz, So it was just a great time to be a kid and involved in baseball. And that was such a crucial series. Even though we lost, it was still the greatest World Series for me ever played. So cool beans. Maranya says Nucla had just 4 issues with Dell. Thank you, Maranya. I appreciate that. I thought it was a very short one, and I thought it was 4, but I wasn't quite sure. So cool beans. So that should be an easy one to fill up. I think I have one already. So I just need 2 more. So Scotty says the Thanos Avengers is what turned me off to the MCU. It made no sense without Lady Death. If Thanos can half the population, why wouldn't he double the resources? Illogical. I guess that's one way of looking at it. I got to admit, I enjoyed those first 10 years of the movies. For the most part, I really did enjoy it. It was just I would find myself immersed in the action. It was like I was there, somehow, and it was all happening around me. I would be so invested in those characters that I loved growing up as a kid, and stuff. So it was just phenomenal. I just really enjoyed them. I don't get too caught up on details as far as, okay, well, Thanos has 6 clefts in his chin, not 5 or anything like that, but I enjoyed just the characters, finally seeing them in my mind done right on the big screen. I really, really enjoyed them. And to this day, when I watch the Infinity, I have to have a box of Kleenex. Yeah. So they'll take away my man card any day now, because I just get all teary eyed, so it just takes me back to a kid and that wonderment, that excitement of seeing these first I was reading about these characters. Now I see them moving in motion and battling on the big screen, and it was just phenomenal to me. So, but I can understand what you mean about the about Lady Death, because that was such a big aspect to the Thanos character and his motivations. So I can understand that. Scotty. Dr. Von Chilla says the steering wheel was on the left side, Scotty. 2 doors with a bench seat up front. It stands side by side with my Subaru Legacy wagon as the best cars I've ever owned. There you go. That's official. Scotty says, wow, is that unusual over there? I think he thinks Dr. Von Chilla lives over in England, maybe. I think that might be why you might be questioning that. Is that why you're questioning that, Scotty? Tempest says, when you said Dennis the Menace, Doc, I was going to ask you what you thought about Nasher and Walter the Softy, but that's our Dennis the Menace. Yeah, I was going to say, because I'm not familiar with those 2 names, Nasher and Walter the Softy. I'm not familiar with that at all. You'll have to give me more details on that, Tempest. I'm curious now. Maranya says Warlord 55 was the first appearance of Arian, Lord of Atlantis. Was that one of, because I couldn't remember all the numbers. If that was one of the ones I have, I'm lucky if you picked that up. Cool beans, though. Thank you, Maranya, for that nugget of knowledge. I love it. Scotty says, I just bought about half a dozen Warlord comics. When I get a fresh pack of Sharpie markers, I'll be ready to read them and correct the art in them, giving more clothing to everyone inside. Well, you do what you got to do, Scotty. We understand. And Sleepy Rita says, are you closing in on a complete Warlord run? I'm trying to, but I'm way, way off. I'm probably got about half that first series now. I would say probably close to half, maybe even a little under. But yeah, I'm trying to slowly work that in. But there's just so many, because I'm primarily a superhero guy first, so there's so many things that I'm trying to fill in and get to read with the superhero genre, that like Warlord and Conan and that kind of stuff takes a backseat, unfortunately, to it. So I don't pick up as much as fast as I do for the superhero stuff. But yes, I am trying to trying to get complete Warlord run, that first series. I still got to pick up his first appearance in what was it, one first issue special or something like that. I got to pick that up at some point, and even that is not that expensive now. I've seen a couple of them. Excuse me. So that's relatively cheap still. So thank you, Damien. Maranya says, "Oh, she's got the shocked look, Scotty." The Jackson Rourke says, Maranya, I picked up Arian 1 for $2 last Saturday. Oh, nice pickup. Cool beans. I think I only have a few of the Arians. I don't have a whole lot. Again, that's one of those ones that took a back seat, like I just explained. But very cool indeed. Congratulations, Jackson. And Maranya says, great find. It's a really good series. There you go. I'll take your word for it. I'll probably eventually go down that rabbit hole and start picking those up. So Scotty says, darn, I thought I bought Warlord 53, and now I know to look for number 55. I like Arion. He's pretty cool, he says. Michael Taylor says, Shannon showed some commandees in one of his recent videos. Yes, I saw her, was it not last night, but the night before? No, I think it was 2 or 3 days ago now. And I just got to watch his video on that. So yes, he did. He showed his commandees. He picked up a huge lot of commandees. But I knew he said it was to upgrade them and stuff like that. I know what it was for. It was for his grandchildren. He's starting them off right. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. We'll see what Shannon says when he comes back. August says, I had almost forgotten those Warlord issues that Rod showed. I remember when the so-called Scrolls of Blood turned out to be a computer manual, remember? Now, I have not read any of the Warlords. Well, I take that back. I think I might have read one or two, but I have not read them. I'm trying to get the whole series and then go through them and read them that way, because I'm afraid with all the holes that I have, I'll be scratching my head every time. What does that refer to? What is that? So, but I appreciate that, August. Appreciate the knowledge and a heads up on that. I'll be looking for that when I do get to read them. So, Mike Taylor says, one of Shannon's recent haul videos. That's right. Cool beans. And Dr. Von Chilla says, Scotty, I'm in America, so the driver on the left is standard. Scotty says, that's the oldest Superman family I think I've seen. Didn't it start around 135? I could not tell you. Wasn't Superman family, didn't that take over the numbering for Jimmy Olsen, was it? I think it took over the numbering for like Jimmy Olsen or Lois Lane. I can't remember. I think if I'm not totally screwed in the head, which I could very well be. You guys know that. Scotty says, oh, I thought you were in England, Dr. Monchella. Who am I thinking of? And Michael Taylor says, fantastic GI combat haunted tank. Cool beans. I agree with you, Michael. That's a fantastic cover, and always look forward to reading those haunted tank stories. Those are pretty cool. I like the losers as well from Our Fighting Forces. I love the fact that they just took a bunch of the characters and kind of put them together and made them a fighting unit. They had some great stories, certainly had some awesome covers and stuff like that, but they were a lot of fun. They are. So thank you for that. Robert Harrison says, how many 100 pages are there? I have some. I don't know the exact number off the top of my head. I do know that I am down to about a dozen 100-page romance ones. I think I need one Superman one, and I think I need one. It's either Unexpected or House of Mystery one, and then I will have completed those, with the exception of I think of the first one, which was wasn't that a romance one, Young Love or something like that. I've got the facsimile of that, and that's probably about as close as I'll get to it because that's an expensive book. If I'm not mistaken, I think that's what it was. So, but I don't know off the top of my noodle, and I can't get to my access my inventory spreadsheet while I'm on here doing this. So, but I will. I'll find out, Robert, and I can leave a comment on one of your videos with that answer. How's that? Cool beans. All right. Scotty says, I love Big Bang Comics. Cool beans. I love it. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Not a lot of people, I think either a lot of people don't know about them or a lot of people never paid much attention to them. But I really enjoyed them. It's very much along the same lines as Astro City, although Astro City is a little more involved story-wise. They get a little more intricate in their character development and stuff like that. But Astro City and Big Bang Comics, they have very similar styles as far as they have their own Golden Age, Silver Age, Bronze Age heroes, and they do the stories set in that specific time period. And it's very, very cool. So, yeah, I agree with you, Scotty. Hey, Psychotronic Squirt Gun Aaron. How you doing, Aaron? Man, he says, what's up, Rod? Hello, Lady M in the Peanut Gallery. And hello to you, sir. Hope you're doing well, buddy. Miss our little chats, our phone chats. I owe you a phone call. So I'll have to hit you up for a phone call this week. See how you doing, man. So glad to see you in the Peanut Gallery today. Cool beans. Jason says, Big Bang was a great series. Yes, I agree, Jason. I agree. It was just a lot of fun. It was a throwback in a time where really I was looking for a throwback, and that was just a great series. It's very similar also to, what was it, 1963? Was that the name of the series? I think it was put out by Image as well, but I could be wrong there. But it was 1963, and it had different heroes like Horus and stuff like that. It was very, very cool. A lot of them were done in the style of Jack Kirby. It was another cool series. Scotty says, wow, I always look for those when I'm diving in the dollar bin. There you go. There you go. And Aaron says, Big Bang Comics. Nice. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. You got to check them out, Aaron. I think you'll like them. They're pretty cool. They were like modern homages to the Golden Age, the Silver Age, and the Bronze Age, and even the Modern Age a little bit. So Jason says, and that's their version of the Riddler on the cover. I knew it was either the Riddler or the Joker. So Aaron says, Sleepy Rita says hi to Aaron with a fist bump. There you go. And Maranya says, hey there, Aaron. Good to see you. How's Reikina doing? We want to know. Dr. Von Chilla says, actually, that GI Combat 112 cover would have spelled the end for the plane and the haunted tank. You're right. You are right. Aaron says, Damien, I hope you and the family are well, he says. Cool beans. Diabetic Superman says, Scotty, Superman family began with 164. And was that a continuation off of Jimmy Olsen? For some reason, I think it was. I could be totally washed up once again. Sleepy Rita, wow, I need those Big Bang comics. Yeah, Damien, they're pretty cool. If you haven't seen them or read any of them, they're fun. That's exactly what they are. They're just fun, man. They don't take themselves too seriously. They're just homages to those Golden Age, Silver Age, and Bronze Age stuff. Just a lot of fun. Robert Harrison says, never heard of Big Bang Comics. Never heard of them, Robert. Where do you live? Up in Toronto? Oh, wait a minute. You do, don't you? Yo, you got to check them out, Robert, if you get a chance. I don't know if you buy off of eBay, but you can pick them up fairly cheap. if you're interested in those kind of homages and tributes to those classic comics, I highly suggest that you pick a couple up just to read them and check them out. They're a lot of fun. They really are. They really are. So cool beans. Jason says, now around the time those Big Bang Theories came out, Rod, Kirby had an Image series. I double checked. They're not actually Kirby covers. Right. They're not Kirby covers. They're homages. You are absolutely right. So, you are correct. I hope I did not say they were Kirby covers. I meant to say they were like Kirby covers. They were Kirby homages. They, especially that one with Venus on the cover. That was like, you could tell that would look just like a Kirby himself did it. So yes, you are correct, buddy. And Aaron says, Kina Kitty has been a good girl lately. Thanks for asking. Cool beans. Glad to know everything's going well with the kit. And Tempest from Mars says, nice to see some Big Bang comics, Doc. Yeah, you don't see them too often. And like I said, I don't hear a lot of people talk about them, but they're fun. They were a fun aspect when they were around. I wish they would bring them back and do some more with them because I really enjoyed them. There was quite a few issues that they put out too. So I highly recommend them to folks. Dr. Von Chilton says, Big Bang 22 is a homage to the Batman Detective Penguin cover, but I don't recall the issue. There you go. There you go. The legends dropping knowledge on us. I love it. I love it. Thank you, John. August says, in the haunted tank, it was only Stuart who could see the ghost, but his crew could not. So his crew must have thought he lost his marbles. Yeah, they probably did think he was a little okay. But then when things work out, you gotta have the faith, right? You gotta have faith in it. That he knew what he was doing. Michael, I thought it was always a unique concept. I really did. I thought that was a pretty cool concept to have like a ghost historic figure helping out modern war at that time, type of thing. So that was pretty cool. I really enjoyed that. Micah Taylor says, John, that's what it reminds me of, that Detective Comics Penguin cage cover. See, Michael knows what he's talking about, what Doctor's talking about. Cool beans. Dr. Monchilla says, that's the one, Michael. And Scotty says, Diabetic Superman. Oh, wow. Most of mine are in the 200s. There you go. And Dr. Monchilla says, don't forget to hit that thumbs up button, y'all. Thank you so much, John. Appreciate that. Cool beans. And Mike Taylor says, John, I forgot the issue number, but Batman and Robin were looking at Penguin in a cage and smiling. Yes. And Jason says, Rod, I know you don't get to Jetpack Comics very often now, but I think they have some of those Big Bangs in their dollar room. Oh, wow. Don't tell me that. No, I can't get out there today. There's a snowstorm going on. I'll have to check them out the next time I get up that way. Yeah, I wish I get up there a lot more often, but unfortunately, things just don't work out the way you want them to all the time. So, but I will definitely check out that dollar room when I get back up there, though, and say, "Hey, Ralph, where's the dollar room? Where's those Big Bang comics?" Michael Taylor says, cool magic agent. Yeah, thank you, Michael. It's one of those oddball, weird character things that you don't see too often. And that's the kind of stuff that catches my fancy. I like those oddball things. And Damien Sleepy Rita says, never seen Magic Agent before. Yeah, a lot of people, I mean, when you think of ACG and you think of ACG heroes, you think naturally of Nemesis and Magic Man, but there was Magic Agent. So, and it's only 3 issues and they're inexpensive. So if you're interested, I'm sure you can pick them up pretty easy off of eBay and whatnot. So definitely if it's something you might be interested in, I highly recommend them. A lot of fun. And Dr. Von Chilla says, Subby 72, the last issue. I was very sad to see it go. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. I enjoyed that Submariner series, and I could just be, it's probably just me, but I could never, there wasn't any other subby series that I got into as much as that. And I think a lot of it was just the artwork. The artwork in the Submariner was pretty good, especially when it was done by Buscema or Buscema, however you say it. I'm sorry if I screwed it up, but I always loved his artwork on in Subby. So that was a lot of fun. But yeah, I collected like the next series. What he did, what Namor was just called Namor, and I believe I have that series, that entire series, but I didn't get into it as much as I did though that first run of Subby. That was just a great thing. I mean, always had cool guest stars. I mean, who can forget 35 and was it 34 and 35 or 35 and 36? The predecessor to really the Defenders, which was really cool. I mean, that was just that. I love that whole run. That was excellent. So I agree with you, John. Very sad to see it go. Double A says that Dr. Graves that Rod showed, in a sense, he was more realistic than Doctor Strange because Graves wore just a coat and tie and closer in style to Shandu. Shandu the Mystic. Yes. I agree with you. Absolutely. Yeah. Doctor Strange was more the superhero-ish. Dr. Graves was more grounded in reality, I think. So he was attacking it like I was trying to think of something that would be equivalent to him, but all I can think of is like Houdini when he was trying to debunk people who were supposedly talking to the dead and ghosts and stuff like that. So closer in style to Shandu, and that's a name you don't hear too often. Shandu, cool beans, man. Thank you, August. Michael Taylor says the water is very well drawn on that Magic Agent cover. Yes, indeed. And Michael Taylor says, terrific hauls. Well, thank you so much, Michael. Appreciate the kind words. It's just a lot of fun. And as we all know, being comic collectors, it's so much fun when you're able to get a nice haul of great variety of books that you are going to enjoy and that you want to collect and stuff. So it was a lot of fun. Thank you again, Michael. Appreciate that. Sleepy Rita says, great haul, Rod. Tasty selection. Thank you so much, Damien. Appreciate it. If you get a chance, don't forget to check out Damien's channel. Always has great insights on great new comic books that are coming out. Always love to get your reviews on them, Damien, because that helps form what I pick up sometimes when you suggest something that you like or show something that might catch my eye and stuff. So definitely check out Damien Sleepy Rita 666. So thank you very much, Damien. Appreciate that, my friend. Scotty says the closest comic shop is 45 to 60 minutes away. Ouch, that hurts. I'm lucky. 20 minutes away. There used to be one only 10 minutes away. Unfortunately, he had some health issues and had to close up shop. Has not had a chance to get back to full health and reopen it yet. I think he still wants to, but we'll see. But my closest is probably 20 minutes away, and it's either way I go. There's one in one direction in the south, one in the north. So whichever way I go, whichever way I happen to be going that day is where I'll stop. So Scotty says, I don't know what books Night Tiger is giving away. He got a few boxes to get rid of, so it's a mystery box. Oh, cool. Still, mystery boxes are cool because they're going to be some cool stuff in them because that's the stuff he has. He has a ton of great books. So Dr. Von Chilla says the end of titles that really upset me were Submariner and Plop, and the cancellation of Howard the Duck nearly destroyed me. Bittersweet memories. It's funny you mentioned Howard the Duck because at that Bomar Antiques that I was at the other day picking up this second bunch of books. Somebody had almost a complete, it had to be close to a complete run of Howard the Duck comics there. I was never a Howard the Duck enthusiast. Just didn't just didn't tickle my funny bone or whatever for whatever reason. But they had a bunch there, and I was tempted to pick up a couple, but I didn't because I was trying to save my money for the Iron Man stuff like that. So bittersweet memories. I understand. Cool beans, though. The other thing was Plop. I knew of Plop, but I only saw it rarely, and I never picked any up when I was a kid. But them Submariners, man, that held a very, very special place. In fact, this one right here, I've showed it many times. Number 3, with him and Triton on the. Man, this is a special book to me. With me and my dad, so it's always fun. It's always been a special series to me. So I'm right there with you, Doctor. Yes, sir. Hey, QNS, how you doing, man? He says, I'll catch your introduction of the Hall Tale later tonight, Rod, buddy. Thank you so much, QNS. Appreciate it. If you get a chance, check out QNS. Put up a couple of nice videos recently, so definitely check them out. Get over there and scope them out. Cool beans. Thank you so much, QNS. And Maranya says, hey there, QNS. Double A says, Rod, when you blew your nose, it reminded me of when a gunman shot Plastic Man in the head. Wow, that's it too. Oh, he says Plastic Man survived because he pulled that bullet out of his nose. Big booger. Oh man, I love the Peanut Gallery, man. You guys are awesome. You always keep me on my toes and you make me laugh. Oh, that's awesome. I don't know where you were going with it. Too funny, man. Thank you, August. And QNS says, yo, Maranya. Michael Taylor says, Ford had some of the great cars. Thunderbird, Mustang, Galaxy. I did have a Mustang in the 80s. I think it was a 79 Mustang, which is very nice. That was probably the favorite car I ever owned, was that Mustang. Man, that was a nice car. Ooh. And Scotty says, joke, check the names. These new Warrior recruits were Screen Time, B Negative, Trailblazer, Snowflake, and Safe Space. Okie dokie. I think I remember that now, because Snowflake and Safe Space kind of triggered my memory. I think, yeah, they were going to do that, and there was all kinds of negativity towards it or something like that, and they decided to just scrap it altogether because they didn't feel it was going to do well in the marketplace. Probably a good choice on their part. I don't know. Let's see. Michael Taylor says, Rod, I think you showed that Monster World reptile issue recently on CBM. Yeah, I had it out. I was looking because I knew I had it out at some point, but I can't see past the action figures here. But yeah, that cover, man, as a kid, I remember seeing that, and I'm like, I've never seen that horror movie. I want to see that horror movie with the reptile. I never saw that movie until, I bet you it's been within the last, I'll say 10 years that I saw it. I finally got to see that movie. But that just fascinated me, that cover. I've drawn it before and stuff like, it's just fascinating that the way that character looked like a snake, it's like very cool. So you're right, Michael. Cool beans. Scotty says, time for lunch. Be right back. Dr. Von Chilla says, simple lunch today of BLTs and onion rings. Oh. All right, John, I've got a burning question for you. Onion rings. Now, do you like battered or breaded? I got to admit, I'm a fan of breaded more so than battered, but I eat both, But, so I'm curious. He says, hope to see you all next week. In the meantime, please love yourself, thank you so much, John, for hanging out with us once again, my friend. One of the true legends of the community. Thank you so much, John. Take care. Have a great rest of your week. Maranya says, take care, John, and enjoy your lunch. Don't forget to spoil Lady Pauline with some bacon. Michael Taylor says, Rod, Evans was a solid player with a great throwing arm. Yes, he was. He had a tremendous right arm. I mean, might not be Bo Jackson right arm, but doggone, he could throw. And we used to go to the ball field, and that was if it was just me and my best friend at the time, Mr. Steve Levy. We would set up a bucket, or sometimes it would have a bucket, or sometimes we'd just have we'd put the catcher's mitt on home plate, and one of us would hit the ball out to left field, because we couldn't do it to right field because we were both right-handed hitters. So it was harder to hit the right field where Dwight would have been. But we'd play like Dwight was playing in left field, and then we'd catch the ball, and the thing was to throw it either into the bucket or throw it all the way to home plate, so that it would be in perfect throw to tag out the runner going home. It's funny the memories you have from your childhood. But man, we used to do that all the time. I loved doing that. Anytime I got to play ball, when I played men's softball, played for 25 years, I always preferred defense to offense. I just loved the chess game. I loved being able to position myself based on where the pitch was going to be, where the batter's swing was when it came across the plate and stuff. And I just always loved that chess game and being able to make the play and stuff like that. I enjoyed hitting too, but hitting was easy. To me, the hitting was the easy part. But the defense, I really thoroughly enjoyed the defense. And it's because of watching guys like Dwight Evans, Karl Yastrzemski, Fred Lynn, Jim Rice, my man, the Rooster, Rick Burleson playing shortstop, baby. He was a dirt dog with the best of them. And that's who I patterned myself after, man. They would call me a dirt dog because I would inevitably come off the field at the end of the game covered in dirt because I would, if it was close to me, man, I was giving a dive for it, So a lot of fun. Well, I got me sidetracked, but it's you're right. Evans was awesome, man. He was an incredible player. Jason says, Scotty, you got to wonder how many of those were new characters because I've never heard of any of those Marvel characters. And Michael Taylor says, John, sounds great. See you later. And Scotty says, I heard my name. What was it? I put a pizza in the microwave. Oh, pizza. I think I might have pizza today. I know you guys might find that hard to believe. But, I got to practice, get warmed up because next weekend is the biggie. And what are you talking about? Not so much comics, although we will be here, the CBM, God willing, and the creek don't rise. We'll be here doing CBM, but next weekend is WrestleMania weekend. So I will definitely be 2 days, Saturday and Sunday. WrestleMania, baby. My Super Bowl. So Scotty says, I think they were all new, Jason. Yeah, they were. I remember hearing those things, and there was a lot of skepticism on the profitability of publishing that book. Jason said, always seems weird to start a new book of an old name with all new characters. I agree. I don't like change, so I would rather have all the old characters. Miranda says, correct, Scotty. They were all new. They planned to have the old guard pass the mantle to the new team, if I recall correctly. We are already it's 20 minutes of one already. Wow. Scotty says, I just got Warlord comics for $1 and $2 minus 20% at Steven. There you go. Can't beat that deal with a stick. No, sir. And Missy Mars says, Rod, doing his sale today. Oh, you're doing his sale today? Cool beans. Cool beans. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Oh, are you asking me if I'm doing his sale today? Is that? I'm sorry. Uh, I don't know if I'll be able to or not because right now I'm faced with about 2 to 3 inches of snow in my driveway that I've got to clear out. So I don't know if I'm going to be able to make it. I haven't been able to make it in a month of Sundays here. Uh, as we say. And I'd love to get back there because watch it afterwards, and it has so many great books on there. And I'm like, I would try to get that. I would have tried to get that one. I would have tried to get. So definitely got to check them out. But I don't know if I'll be able to get there today. So, but if you go Double M, you say hi to everybody for me, please, and let them know I was thinking of them. Scotty says, ding, the microwave. Be right back. His pizza's ready. Michael says, great show as always. Had a blast. Rod, Shannon, hope everything is good. Yes, everybody send your thoughts and prayers Shannon's way if you would. We greatly appreciate it. Have a great weekend and upcoming week, and you as well, Michael. Thank you once again for spending your Saturday here, my friend. We always appreciate seeing you in the Peanut Gallery. Love it, love it, love it. Thank you so much, Michael. Have a great rest of your week as well. Double A says, have a nice weekend, Michael. And Michael Taylor says, thanks. You too, August. And Jason says, have a great weekend, August. And August says, thanks, Jason. Take care. Jason says, yep, 1963, but Alan Moore was never finished. 1963, that was that series. It was a fun series of books. I really enjoyed those. Scotty says, for 1963, I only need number 5, Horace, Lord of Light. Cool beans. That should be an easy one to get, though. I wouldn't, excuse me, I know, well, I won't say it's easy to get, but it should be inexpensive to get. So, Double A says, that Superman family, excuse me, I got the hiccups now. That Superman family that Rod showed had Bizarro on the cover. Excuse me. I remember when Bizarro met Frankenstein and thought he was handsome. Laugh out loud. The story was called Frankenstein, My Pal. Oh, what? Where is that story? Excuse me. Where is that story? Because I want to read that story. Oh, excuse me. I'm sorry. If it ain't one thing, it's another. Now I got a case of the hiccups here. So I'm curious. Frankenstein, My Pal. Excuse me. I got to hunt that down. Scotty says, be right back, going to eBay for Big Bang. That's it. He's jumping right in. There you go. Jason says, Scotty, I need the final 1963 annual they never put out. Oh, man. And Diabetic Superman says, yes, Rod, it was Jimmy Olsen. Okay, cool beans. So I wasn't totally off my cracker. So thank you, DS. Appreciate you. And Jason says, no, Rod, I'm saying they could have actually been Kirby covers. Oh, I don't think they were. I think they were just an homage, if I remember correctly. So, but I'd be curious to know. Kirby was doing image work at that time. Okay. Yeah, I didn't see I didn't see a sign, a signature on it. So I'm curious. I'll have to look that up. Now you got me curious, Jason. You got me curious. Robert Harrison 2.0, he says, I buy from eBay, just Canadian dealers. Postage from the States is too much money. Yes, I understand that. I know for some reason, I don't know why it costs that much. It's really expensive, back and forth, between US and Canada. I don't know why, but cool beans though. It's time for another comic video, Bob. Wink, wink. Putting in my my request. Jason says, speaking of that book, Rod, if you haven't read Phantom Force by Image, it was Kirby's last book, and you should check it out. Phantom Force, was that one of the ones with what was that character's name? Like it was like Commander something or Captain something. had a yellow kind of costume with red stripes and stuff. Now you got me curious. Phantom Force. Because when I think of it, I think of those. What were they? Tops comics? No, you said they were from Image. So I can't. I'm probably all screwed up on that one, but I'll have to check that out. Phantom Force, absolutely. QNS says, I don't have Phantom Force, but it would be worth a look. All different inkers on the pages. Everyone wanted the chance to ink the King's last comic. Oh, cool. I did not know that. Awesome. See, I'm learning again. Every week, man, you guys drop knowledge on me. I love it. I love it. Just because I'm an old duffer, you know. And you think you've seen it all. You think I don't want to say you think you know it all, but you think you know quite a bit. And every week I learn something new from you guys, and it just blows my mind. I love it because you send me on another rabbit hole. He also says GCD, the Great Comics Database, breaks them down by the page. Oh, wow. Oh, I gotta hunt that down. Definitely. QNS and Jason telling me I gotta get that, so I gotta get that. Simple as that. QNS also says the only two image issues are like that. Genesis West 0 through 8 are Thibodeau inks with Kirby mostly. Cool beans. See, I don't have a whole lot of image stuff, but now you got me wanting to pick up those things. Genesis West. Is that the title? I mean, obviously it's a title, but what is that about? I'm curious. Mike Taylor says, speaking of comic giveaway contests, Jerry the Jitterbug has 3 great giveaway contests coming up. A Silver Age, a Bronze, and a Gold Age. I saw the Bronze Age books, a lot of great ones. Oh, cool. I've seen his stuff a couple of times. I've been on his site and watched some of his videos. I should have done this a long time ago. I should have just moved that down. I guess I can't. And he does some great restoration work and stuff like that. So if you get a chance, definitely check out Jerry the Jitterbug. There you go. You heard it right from Michael. Michael, thank you very much for that. Appreciate that, my friend. He says, if you are interested in comic book restoration, I highly recommend Jerry the Jitterbug's YouTube channel. Absolutely, yes. I know that's one of the things he is primarily known for. I've seen some of his things. It's fascinating. I wouldn't have the guts to try it, but it's fascinating to me to watch him, how he restores some of them. Because, man, he does a great job, man. Jason says, WrestleMania on Easter? Will Rod have a pizza for Easter? Oh, I think the over on that, the over and under, go for the over. I will definitely have a pizza or 2. So you can count on that. Got to be ready for that. Mike Taylor says, Rod, it's crazy that you were talking about shoveling snow this time of year. I know, man. Believe me, I'm still kind of boggles my mind that I know when I go upstairs and I look out that front door, there's going to be white all over my lawn, all over my driveway, and I've got to go out and shovel that. Yay. Oh, man, I am not looking forward to that. You know, it's bad enough when you try and do it when you're, 100%. When you're not 100% and you got to shovel snow, that really stinks. So, but, oh well. A lot of people got a lot worse things to worry about. All I got's a couple inches of snow. I'll get through it. So, just got to stop whining about it. That's all. Triple C, he says, no worries, Rod. See you soon. Thank you so much, Rob. Appreciate it, man. Take care. If you haven't left me already, you need to get over there and get a front row seat on Triple C's channel and get some great comics at discount prices, man. Because $3 auction, that's where it starts. $3. You're gonna get some great books. You really are. So just check them out, man. Get over there and say hi. Robert Harrison says, I have a comic video up now. Oh, then I'll have to put that on my viewing schedule, my friend. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. And I know you're a Toronto Maple Leafs fan, but don't you like the Bruins just a little bit? Boston Bruins? Just a little, Bob? Just a little? And Maranya says, take care, Rod, Shannon, the Peanut Gallery, the Nuts of the Day, the Foofs, the studio audience, and Maranya's Legion of Peanut Pets. Stay safe, warm, and hydrated. Thank you, as always, Maranya, for running herd on me and keeping me in line and setting us up with the pause lines and all that stuff and keeps everything running. Appreciate that more than you know. Thank you so much. I hope you and your hubby are doing well. Sending thoughts your way and prayers your way as well. QNS says Genesis West was the publisher, also of Phantom Force. You'll see. Okay. All right, because I'm gonna research that. You guys got me curious. You and Jason. August says, I enjoy CBM as always. Thank you so much, August. I appreciate that. And so does Shannon. We look forward to seeing all you guys every week. So it's a lot of fun to see you guys. He says, well, I'm off to McDonald's to meet my buddy. Do you still have hash browns, Rod? Anyway, take care, Rod and Lady M. I love McDonald's hash browns, man. I've tried hash browns at other restaurants. I've tried them in local restaurants. I've tried them from the grocery store that they sell them. I'm sorry, none of them touch McDonald's. I don't know what spices they put in them, but those are so doggone good. Oh my gosh. So if you're going to McDonald's, it's too late to get, well, I don't know your time zone, but if you're going to McDonald's and get breakfast, you have a McDonald's hash brown for me, double A. Cool beans, man. You take care, and thank you so much for hanging out with us again. Appreciate it, my friend. QNS says the snow is gonna totally melt come Monday. I know. That's the kicker. If I didn't have to go anywhere between today and tomorrow, then I would just let it set. But I have to go out, get some groceries and whatnot. I got to go to the dump. Usually make my dump run right after the show. But now I've got to shovel before I can even do that. So, rawr, rawr, rawr. He says, leave it alone. Yeah, I wish I could, QNS. I really wish I could, man. But there's no guarantee that the sun's even going to come out for us here because the 2 days of the next 6 that have the sun, it's partly sunny, partly cloudy. And I don't think we're going to get out of the 50 mark, I think. So it could be here for a little bit anyway, till it rains again. If it rains, it'll melt it all the way. That's what I can hope for, I guess. So Jason says, everybody have a great day and weekend. And then the week ahead, thank you so much, Jason. Hope to see you again soon, buddy. I know I run into you every once in a while there at Jetpack Comics. But I hope to see you again soon. We have to get together sometime, man. Just have a pizza and talk comics, man. So thank you so much, Jason, again for hanging out with us, brother. The Jackson Roy Kirk says, have a great weekend and week ahead, everyone. Jackson, so glad that you got your internet back, man, and so glad that you chose to spend some of your Saturday morning with us here. Appreciate it, man. Great to have you back. Thank you so much, man. Cool beans. And Scotty says, double A, you know you're going for the Minecraft Happy Meal toys. There you go. Oh, and Robert Harrison says, go Leafs, go. There you go. I got you, Robert. And he says, happy trails to you until we meet again. I got to get that on audio and play it at the end. Robert, take care up there and stay warm. We'll see you. We won't see you, but we'll talk to you soon, I'm sure. Take care, my friend. And Scotty says, I like the tater tots, tiny hash browns, from Food Lion that I make in the air fryer. I like tater tots, but nothing equals the tater tots that I got at like 7th and 8th grade. they were just so good. And I've tried every tater tot that I could ever find, and I cannot find one that tastes the same. So either my tastes have changed, which is totally possible because after my open heart surgery, and I was warned about this, your tastes do change. So my tastes have changed. I can't eat breakfast cereal like I used to eat because it doesn't taste the same. It doesn't taste as good to me. A lot of things don't taste as good to me. But hash browns, man, the tiny tater tots, I love those, but I like them nice and crunchy so I can stab them with a fork and they'll stay on my fork and not break apart, you know. Cool beans, Scotty. Michael Taylor says, Rod, you tried them here, you tried them there. Sam, I am. There you go. You're absolutely right, Michael. I tried them here, I tried them there. Sam, I am. That's right, green eggs and ham. Scotty says, so the snow is blocking the door to your outhouse and you can't take a dump. No, 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 no. No. I'm sorry. Oh man, you guys are something else. Scotty, you're crazy, man. You are crazy. Thank you so much, man. And I am one of us. Thank you very much. I am one of us for hanging out with us again. Always fun to see you in the peanut gallery, my friend. Thank you for spending your Saturday with us. Appreciate that. Says, thanks, Rod and Peanuts. Nice show. Great comics. Thank you so much. And have a great rest of your weekend. Great rest of your week. And hope to see you here next week once again. So take care, my friend. And Scotty says, the 7th and 8th grade is because we had fresher taste buds then. And now they're dulled because of bad choices we made. Spicy food, smoking, alcohol. Well, I've never smoked and I've never had a drop of alcohol, but I have dipped my toes into, well, no, I better not say that because I know what you're going to say next. But I have tried spicy food before. So, and I do like some spicy food. So, cool beans. Well, all right. I think that does us at 1 o'clock. Get over to Triple C's not claim sale. His auction, his $3 auction. Get over there, get some cool comics at cheap prices, man. Absolutely check him out. Also check out Psychotronic Squirt Gun Aaron. He's got his auction, I believe, on Monday nights. If he's still on the same schedule. If not, I apologize, Aaron, and please let me know if your schedule has changed. But check him out on Monday nights for his auctions as well. So everybody take care and look forward to seeing you guys next week. Hopefully my partner will be here. Again, Shannon, we're sending out thoughts and prayers to you and your family, buddy. So hopefully everything turns out okay. So, all right. That's it from here. We hope to see you next week. Same bat time, same bat channel. Thank you so much for spending your Saturday with us once again. Appreciate it. And hope to see you guys next week. So take care.